Give him the forecast.
Omega level threat detected.
Ancient sands, heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred.
Viewer discretion is advised.
If you just know you're that girl,
Yeah.
you just have no choice but to be that girl. And I feel like I'm that girl.
What if you don't wake up feeling like that girl? How'd you be that girl?
You need to go back to sleep and wake back up again so you can feel like that girl.
There you have it, child. That's why I feel like I'm the T. I feel like I'm the T because I work at being the T. Like, no shade. I'm not the T just because a bunch of bitches like me and live for me because we all homegirls. I'm the T because I'm the motherfucking T. And that's just sad. I mean, that's just what it is. People legit in the world love to live for foolishness. Love to live for foolishness. You love to live for your bald head homegirl that just bald head whole shit. It's clear that I'm working at being the C, so girl, let me be the C. Like, give me that. Give me my flowers.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? ¿Cómo está? How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Why are you so shocked at that? What, because I'm saying it? That's what I'm here for. I say the things you're thinking.
Hey girl, I just wanted to let you girls know that I'm a real messy bitch. A liar. A scammer. I love robbery and fraud. I'm a messy bitch who lives for drama.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now. Clap that team, bitch!
Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Hold on. Throw the scales of justice in the chat if you can hear me. Hello, God. Ciao. Do the intro real quick. Honey, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't had a chance to do so by now, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And to go a step further, I humbly ask that you tap that notification bell. That way you'll be updated each and every time I'm uploading something new. Honey, hello, God. Follow me on Instagram at YB Speaks, as well as my TikTok page at YB Speaks. Okay, currently under reconstruction. Okay. Girl, I apologize. I apologize for being late. I had a little family situation that I had to deal with. But we are here. Hello, God. We're queer and trying to be everywhere. So as you come into the building, I ask that you please tap that like button, engage in the comment section. Hello, God. And for the girls that will be around for the replay, you do the same. Okay? I appreciate you guys. All right? Girl, we got to get into some things. So the trajectory for me in this moment for this live, the reason why this live is live, that intention has kind of shifted a little bit. We're still going to get into the things, okay? But if you're not aware, I'm going to give y'all a brief synopsis of what the fuck has been going down in the streets of life, all right? Now, so what originally motivated me to do this live is shout out to Harviana, who's in the chat. Hello, God. Hello, God, the #1 interviewer, bitch. Hello, God. Harviana had a live 5 or 6 days ago. I believe it was Sunday. Was it Sunday or Monday? One of those days. And she had Dre Simber and Reese G on, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and play the clip of what I was like, wanting to kind of get off of my chest. But for reference, I have to say this. I'm not going to be going into the whole Reese G thing because over on Harviana's platform last night, we were able to come to, a resolve of some sorts. So a lot of my issues, again, in the original intention for this live, had a lot to do with a clip. I'm going to play the clip now.
The reviewers stopped reviewing the show because of you, girl. Remember,
the reviewers that stopped reviewing the show had no impact anyway.
And the reason if we really want to call a spade a spade, if we really want to call a spade a spade, the reason why they stopped reviewing the show is because those reviewers were friends with Markel, and they did not like Ronald going back and forth with
They were
Markel on the
friends.
show.
They didn't become friends with Markel until after he was gone, girl.
No, that's not true. He became friends with they became friends with him on when he did Rookies. No, excuse me, when he did Lovers and Friends, because he finally gave them a piece of camera that they always had been wanting for, because they wanted to be the girl in the picture as well. I wasn't going to give that to them because it was no point in doing that. They did not support any of the stories that I was producing. So, nonetheless, like I said,
Oh, girl, that was quick. My bad. Girl, I forgot I had got me a bottle of wine, girl. Sipping Zippendales up in Chippendales. Shop at Bloomingdale's for Prada bags. Female Dundada hats. No problem. Spitting cream with my team. Shit straight like 915. You know what I mean? Cruise the Diamond District with my biscuit. Flossing my Rolex rich shit. I'm rich. I'ma stay that bitch. Come on. Shout out to Kim. Hello, Gone. Hello, Gone. So that clip, right, originally was like, oh, I want to address this. Okay. So briefly, I already hashed this part out, but I just want to kind of get in there and get this part out the way. That way we can really dive into the minutia of why, girl, we have been detoured in the conversation today. Okay. So those of you who follow me, right, 9 times out of 10, you follow everybody else in this space. It's a small space, you know, but most of my followers have been around since, especially as we talk about the web reality world. Raise of hands. Who, hello God, were the girls? Who were the ones to turn to? The Justice League. Many moons ago, we were the team. Period. Right? So the thing that struck me with that clip, what Reese was talking about, was like, you know, the reviewers that no longer reviewed the show during the time of her departure, you know, they had no impact. We dispelled all of that last night. We know that we're impactful. The girls are giving us our 10s. And you know, what a way, because I was reading the comments after the fact, and a lot of the girls were saying, like, you know, shout out to Harviana for bringing the Justice League, you know, back together, so to speak, or just even having that conversation about us, you know, when we really haven't been out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, shout out to Harviana bringing the girls together. Even if it was in the sense of, you know, gathering, because that's exactly what the fuck took place last night. So again, not only did that clip that I shared with you guys send me into an uproar, because I'm just like, first of all, I never want anyone to get it twisted. When it comes to the web reality space, we will forever be synonymous with the platform, period. Especially as it relates to chasing Atlanta, hello God, chasing Dallas, chasing LA, chasing Orlando, anything chasing, you will always know that the Justice League, hello God, and YB Sweet's name will forever ring bells throughout this goddamn space. Hello God. But we go further. Now, mind you, when I clicked I did come up on the platform, but I came in on the intel, right? I had no idea that a lot of that stuff was being said. So I came up, gave Reese his 10s child. Dre Simper had a little bit to say, and it was all good. But the next day, hello God, I'm at the gym, I'm running my errands and shit. So I put it was like 4 hours, I believe. I put that on, and then I was like, oh girl, I didn't know like there was all this energy and all of this fever for the girls. So another thing that kind of pissed me off too was, you know, Dre Simber and Reese trying to go in on Scotty by Nature's the chasing panel. Girl, we're not gonna keep on with the keep on. Like every time we see these particular people across all of these different platforms, there's always a picking apart of things and not really being, how can I put it? What speweth out of thine mouth is not of any type of value. Period. when it comes to that, because if everything that comes out of your mouth is rooted in hatred, rooted in disgust, rooted in bile and filth, no one really wants to receive that. No one even wants to listen to that, because that's all you do. It's all you do. And after a while, especially when you're a seasoned girl like myself, your ears start to tingle and cave the fuck in every time certain people continuously open their mouth and spew the same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. After a while, you're over it, bitch. You know? So, girl, moving on to last night's live. So, Harviana was live again. Hello, God. She's innocent of all. She's innocent. I just want to let everybody know. Harviana is completely innocent. Hello. Y'all remember how we used to do, girl? We used to be the catalyst for some of the craziest live conversations, girl. I am no stranger to mess and foolishness. I'm no stranger to being in the ring with a bitch. I'm no stranger to also being the facilitator. Unknowingly, I'm thinking, oh, it's just going to be a regular type of conversation. But girl, you get the girls on that don't like each other. You get the girls that have some beef that I may not have been aware of, or I may have been aware of. Hello, God, because back then I could have been a messy cunt my damn self. Let me tell you, girl. Sometimes I'll know the girls might have a little bit of an issue, but my intention was, let me serve some truth and justice. Let's see if we can get some unity in the community. But it's going to be sprinkled with a little bit of mess. So, girl. I get invited by Harvey Gunn. He's like, well, shit, take the time. But, he's here now. We're talking about the Justice League. Do you want to, you know what? Actually, yes, let me do this. Meanwhile, I'm at work at the time, right? But, girl, y'all know what I do. I be having time, okay? So what better way to be at work making coin and also, doing what the hell it is I do by commentating and giving, the skull dragging of a fucking lifetime. Being paid to skull drag a cunt? Oh, girl. Oh, girl. I live. Hello, God. Perfect recipe, honey. So I get on there last night and, I'm giving my hours-long speech because y'all know how I can get, girl. And I'm voicing out my thoughts, my opinions, my rebuttal, my retort, child, to the clip that I shared to y'all and just trying to get it out with Reese. So we were able to talk, really be joined as well. I see you in the chat, boo. How you doing? And, we were all able to kind of like come together. I love, when we come together, hello God, all things are possible. So prior to it really be getting on and saying everything that she needed to say, and before Reese could even get a reply in, I'm sorry, I had no choice but to call out fakery, fuckery, and fraudulence as it relates to a lot of the energy, the shenanigans, and the foolishness, hello God, that was spewing out of Baby Squash's mouth, girl. Hello God, bitch. This is where we have to have the conversation about reading rainbows, girl. You would think a lot of people love to say, oh, the gays will read. Sometimes there's a lot of the girls that don't know how to read. They don't even read books. Hello, God. They can't even read their own fucking horoscopes, girl. Hello, God. They can't even read their selves when it's needed, required, and desired for growth. And that's obvious in nature because where some of these girls are now, more specifically, the Winter Soldier herself, girl, Miss Elsa, honey, letting it go, letting it snow, letting the below get to her. Hello, God. We see. We see, girl. We see what happens. When you can't read, what do the girls do? They try to pick at you on a personal level, right? And for the life of me, I don't understand why this girl, well, I can't understand because we just talked about that, really. Because when you have nothing else, you go to grasping at straws. You go to trying to poke and dig. One thing I want to tell people, right? I'm a commentator, and most of my commentary throughout my time being here on YouTube has been, giving personal life experiences to my followers, to my kinfolk, to my round table, hello God. to the people that are here today that fuck with me. The only reason I'm able to even deliver personal commentary about my life, the things that I've experienced, things that currently go on in my life, the reason I'm able to actually go there is because, do you really think that in a world like this, in the virtual world, that it's ever safe to talk about your personal life and you don't have the thick skin to give an old nasty piece of retort to an old nasty piece of coke sniffed up cunt when they try to come for you? You don't think all of those things are thought about before I give that level of commentary about my life? You don't think some of the work has been done to be able to just let flies do what they do? Circle around piles of shit all day because they ain't got nothing else better to do? I have thick skin for this. And for the girl, and that's the crazy thing is that girl's been following me. Bitch, we've been aware of each other for a very long time. You know how I get down. You know when it's time to roast and toast a cut, I am that. Hello, God. Y'all know that by now. I don't know why we have to keep acting like we done forgot who. I know I haven't been live in 4 months. I know that it's been a very long time since I've had to drag a bitch in the streets of life. Hello, God. But I want y'all to understand something. That's never my mission. That's never my go-to. It's never anything that I actually want to do. But one thing you're not going to do, hello, God, is be fake. And I'm aware of stuff and not be called out. Oh, hell no, we're not going to do that. I don't live in delusions of grandeur. I don't live in a self-absorbed type of world. I'm not a narcissist. Used to be, I had to do the work, hello God. But I digress on that. And let me, get a little bit more heavy in how the hell I'm about to work this whole again. This bitch, because I called her out, because y'all know, girl, throughout, since G-Status, girl, as soon as y'all let that girl on G-Status, hello God, with her Squidbilly built ass, the moment y'all let that Squidbilly have a little bit of camera time, that little moment in time of yesteryear, bitch, with Sherrod, girl, it was up for her. She thought she was a star. Delusions of grandeur carried her. And then what we've seen throughout her time here in this space is this cunt has literally just said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and mingle with all of the girls, the who's who of this space. And every time I get an opportunity, I'm going to spew my bile and filth on a bitch who's at least willing to listen. And because people love mess, because people are entertained by mess, which kills me, because how are we entertained by some disgruntled employee girl, hello God, who continues to get the acts and the walking papers of, well, child, you got to have a real professional situation to actually get some walking papers these days, girl. But like, girl, every time you're shunned from the communities, girl, you're literally the Krusty the Clown of this space, girl. So for you to, think that you even have the right to speak about the girls in the way that you speak about them, it's hateful. There's no value to what poureth out of that disgusting mouth of yours. It adds no value. People just kiki and laugh, but mostly it's at you, because think about how pathetic and sad you are to be holding on, girl, to those coke crumbs of life, girl. Hello, God, because you shoulda, coulda, woulda. Every time, oh, I don't need this, I don't need that, girl. You're nomadic, traveling ass, girl. Hello, God. Girl, that mystery van you live in, bitch. Hello, God. You toting around in life with that same blue drawstring backpack, bitch. Hello, God, like a drifter, bitch. To every single one that'll have you, and then in the midst of that production, not even after, in the midst of every production you've been in, there's always been some bullshit going on behind you. But girl, what do we expect? I work with addicts, girl. I know the signs. It's self-sabotage every single time. And then what happens is that when that high has reached a low, you live in a world of shame and regret, in dark rooms, thinking and drinking, and getting that nose stuffed up with that Frosty the Snowman. Girl, I just don't understand, girl. But where you got me, ho, is what y'all. A lot of y'all may not be aware, girl, but y'all know I have conversations over here. I don't mind going into my personal life. Hello, God, because I'm a real bitch. Hello. So, in his retort, because I did call him a squiggly line built bitch, he felt the need to go for my weight. Girl, you can't talk about me. Girl, and what killed me the most is that she recited the exact same reads word for word. Y'all remember when Roberta Dutchmaster, Hello God, was also sitting in her car, sweating with her bald-headed ass girl built like Homer Simpson, trying to call me Homer Simpson? Try to say that I be sweating in my car and I be in the gym and I be hooping and hollering in my car and sweating and shit like that. Girl, it's better to sweat after a hard, hello God, intense workout in the gym than to be cooped up in a car sweating because, girl, I'm going through coke withdrawal. Bitch. Hello God. Heather talking about, girl, I've lost 120 motherfuckers. Call me a fat bitch and I'm a sweaty fat cunt or whatever the hell that bitch was saying. Girl, you can't read me. My girls as well as you, because you're a stalker of life, just like that bitch Roliana Rebel, honey. Y'all girls sit on the sidelines of life because you have no platform, you have no life, you have no kind of infrastructure of your own to lean on. So you sit around, you hover in the ether of everybody else's shit, and then you try to give your little 1-2s here and there to keep your ass relevant. Girl, you are irrelevant. You are dust. You are literal shit I walk on every single fucking day, bitch. You are nothing. You are not needed, required, nor desired in this space. Every bitch that has ever worked with you has had the unpleasure, hello guy, of just saying, well, what the fuck, of meeting you or getting to know you. Every person across the board that is and even the cunts that sit here and say, well, we're good now. Now you might be good, bitch. But not too long ago, girl, the lives will prove it. The interviews will prove it. The public bashings will prove it. You are a laughing stock. And a lot of people probably take pity on your wandering ass. Girl, when you don't know the level, the depths of true stability, girl, but that goes in line with your character. You wishy, you washy, you blow around the town, girl, and then when you're met with real nigga shit, bitches like you like to motherfucker hide in the bushes of life. Like you did last night, you had nothing else. So what did she do? Girl, would y'all believe that she came for my nephew? Girl, do y'all believe that she came for my nephew, girl? See, this is the problem with a lot of you girls. See, let me break this down for you really quickly. See, someone, hello God, i.e. sister, no matter what the situation is or was, hello God, trusted me. Hello God. See, when children trust you, hello God, when there is trust, when there is love, hello God, where children feel safe, where someone feels safe enough to say, you know what, I'm going to let you basically raise my child. The level of trust that it takes. Bitch, let me tell you something. A bitch wouldn't even trust you to babysit a 2-liter of Pepsi. Girl, I'm so sorry, girl. My bad. Preferably a 2-liter of Coke. A bitch wouldn't trust you to watch their lunch for 12 fucking minutes, nigga. Someone trusted me. Hello, God, because they know the inspiration I provide. They know the love I provide. They know the level of care that I provide. They know the level of real nigga shit that I provide. A child and its mother trusted me enough to see them through high school, to get them to college, hello God, all of the things. But no one would never trust you. That's why you ain't got no job. That's why we never heard about anywhere you've worked. Hello God, I think we need to call the FBI to investigate. How does she live? We know you live off the grid, girl. We know you live in those dusty meth labs of Tennessee, bitch, or Georgia, wherever the fuck you're at. But we know it's always going to be somewhere with vast mountains and terrain, girl, for filth like you to run around when you're on your little coke benches, girl, because all that extra energy, bitch, you need space and opportunity to let it all out, to burn whatever calories you have left. Because, girl, you need to watch it. You need to watch it, girl. Girl, I'm just saying, those lines of coke weigh more than you do. Bitch, you better get your life together. You want to talk about weight? You really want to talk about weight? Even though I brought it up first because it's the truth. You're an easy mark. You're an easy read. You're a cracked out Krusty the Clown. You are built like Squidward, bitch. Period. We laugh at you like SpongeBob. However that bitch laughs. You are laughable. And we laugh. Not with you, but at you. Because you are a joke. You are a fucking clown. But girl, he brought up my nephew. Girl, let me tell y'all what she said that sunk me into, honey, the hole that she dragged out of, just so I can drag her back out of that motherfucker over and over and over again, girl, okay? She said, and I quote, well, I'm paraphrasing here, but this is what I remember the bitch said, right? She said, your nephew is probably dead somewhere on the dorm floor of his college. She said, your nephew is probably somewhere being in some college dorm being fucked by faggots. Okay, it might not be word for word, but that's basically what the bitch said. The bitch said something about she just went on about my nephew and just really trying to jab there. And then when I roasted and toasted her motherfucking ass on and nailed that bitch to the cross, girl, hello God, she went to try to dig into my foster care life. That's why my mom and dad gave me up and didn't want me, and that's why my mother's a crackhead or whatever the case may be, girl. And just trying to dig and dig and dig, and then she goes, whatever, I'm fabulous or whatever, girl. Let me tell your Trump supporting ass something, bitch. The same way when Trump supporters are met with truth and justice, the way your delusions, the way that fight or flight response kicks in because you have nothing else, bitch. You start running around here like a crazy person, spewing just any old thing from that God-forsaken mouth of yours, bitch. Girl, that's how I knew that you were touched and not by an angel. That coke spirit grabbed a hold of you the same way it does Nicki Minaj in that crusty ass basement of hers, girl. You are a pathetic, sorry excuse for a human being, bitch. To try to dig so low, bitch, talk about, I don't care about the foster care shit at the end of the day, because girl, I talk about that openly. I am a living I'm a living witness to life. I'm a testimony to life and how the fuck you can rebound this motherfucker. How you can get the fuck up out of some shit. Hello God, when you've been through some shit. Hello God. But don't you ever in your motherfucking life, you non-value ass fucking bitch. You're not great value. You're not low value. You're not the sub brands. You are nothing. When you start trying to talk about my nephew's doing very well in school. He's doing very well with his football situation. And you want to talk about the children, even though he's a grown man now, you want to talk about my nephew's son, bitch? Because you have nothing, you're grasping at straws because you can't read for shit. Oh, my bad. What it really is that you be on 10, you be ready to go. Honey, when you have coke dreams, girl, when you're in the midst of a coke frenzy, the reads come to you. We all know high-ass individuals, girl. For some reason, it comes to them very easily. But last night you were dry, girl. You're waiting for that direct deposit to hit, girl, that unemployment check to hit. Oh, my bad. You would have had to be employed in order to apply for unemployment, girl. But, girl, you live in the vastness of fucking the backyardian lifestyle, girl. Eating fucking Lunchables out of that mystery van of yours, bitch. You never go to someone's family. And I think what it is that when we think about it, the only thing I've ever heard in your life is like you have like a white stepdaddy. You talked about those things publicly. I don't know what everything else is. And I don't care because my mission is not to go there. I'm trying to dig at you. Don't you ever come for someone's family, especially when publicly y'all know what the fuck a nigga done been through in life. Talk about really low blows. But again, I'm not surprised, girl, when the coke runneth out, you have no choice but to crawl around on that dusty, hard ass floor of yours, girl. Girl, please, you done snorted your brain receptors out, girl. I get it. It's not connecting no more. I get it, girl. If that little, you know how you hot wire a car, girl, you tie the wires together. You can't even do that. Surgery will not bring this bitch's brain chemistry back to life whatsoever, girl. You might as well continue doing blow. Because that's the only way that you're going to be able to survive anymore in this life. Talking about my nephew. Let me tell you something. The crazy part is, my nephew will beat your ass. Oh, girl, speaking of whooping ass, girl, how about her have the nerve and audacity to say to me, when I see you, I'm going to slap you. Girl, let me tell you something. The person that has been on this platform, Hello God, for how many motherfucking years, the person that you see today, the reason I call myself YB Speaks and why you always see the scales of justice is because I'm really that motherfucker. Don't you ever in your life give threats to me. Because, girl, let me tell you something. Not only can Corday in his eye, and forgive me, you're catching strays, girl. I know we've overcame, but, girl, I'm mad right now, so I got to redig that shit up. I dragged her for eons. And she caught many of strays even years after I was kind of over the shit. But, girl, it is what it is. But Corday never came for that part of my life. Imagine what I'm going to do to a Krusty the Clown built ass bitch, an American Horror Story seasoned looking ass bitch. Do you know what I'm going to do to you, girl? Do you know what I'm going to do to you? Not only will you always and forever catch it over here in the virtual world, in real life, because I have family and friends that live in Atlanta. I have family and friends in Tennessee. Don't you ever, now, I may not travel to where you're at because, like I said, girl, that's them wrong turn girls, those cousin fuckers, bitch, those meth lab trailer park communities, girl, that I don't have time for. I don't want to ever go into the fucking Appalachian Mountains, girl, and have to deal with the mountain men, those damn baby grizzly bears, girl, the motherfucking Sasquatch, you know, girl. No one has time for that. But I'll meet you in Atlanta, girl. I'll meet you in Atlanta, and I will literally drive up there, beat your motherfucking ass just to come back all in one day. She said she gonna slap me. It's so crazy because, like, y'all know what I'm about. Girl, I'm trying to tell y'all, girl, about Florida. Y'all be thinking we be gassing ourselves up, but, girl, we are truly not the ones. You know why our state is shaped like a gun? Do you know why we have, like, the craziest people down here? And I'm one of them. This is not the smoke that you really want, because when you start going there, you want to talk about mothers and nephews, bitch. You want to do your white chicks big one? We're not doing dance battles at the club. I'm going to Thanos snap your life out of this motherfucking existence, bitch. Stop playing around. Now, if you were to just solely keep your digs at me and you kept your threats to a minimum, girl, but you really went there. So if I'm ever in the great fucking city of Atlanta, I'm going to make sure to look you up. Let's meet in the field, bitch. You want to slap? I don't slap. I punch. I know there's a lot of sissy shit out there, girl, but I'm not one of those. Hello. Girl, I will punch you into another dimension, girl. I will flick your little fleas built ass girl into another fucking dimension. Don't play with me. Girl, bitch, microscopic bacteria got more weight than you do, girl. You really think that you can compete over here? First of all, my aura alone from 20 fucking feet will obliterate your motherfucking spirit and soul, bitch. You won't even get the opportunity to be able to come that close to me to place hands upon me at all. Because from 20 feet away, my motherfucking Super Saiyan aura, bitch, will destroy you, you evil fucking cunt. I don't understand, girl. Y'all better know it. And I know how y'all girls like to do. And I know there's probably some bitches with unfinished business left for me in Atlanta, too. I don't need nobody. I am the army, bitch. We are army strong over here, girl. Don't let me, girl. Don't let me. Don't let me. And don't catch me on a time where I'm going through a manic moment, because y'all know I'm low-key crazy as a motherfucker. Don't play with me, ho. Don't play with me. Now, Justice League, girl, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Because I know y'all got some things to say too. Y'all got the link. Hit the link. And then as they come up, child, as we get through this, I'm going to be inviting some people up too. I'll put the link in the chat. I already put the link in our personal chat. So if you guys want to come up, I forgot to upgrade before I came on here. So I think only 6 people are allowed. Damn, this shit is hard as a motherfucker. Shit. Yeah, girl. These goddamn we are monsters built bitches be sitting out here talking all that shit. Girl, you can't stand it. You can't stand the rain. You can't stand the pain or any of that, girl. Oh, you probably can't stand the pain when you're coked up because you know when you're on coke, it blocks pain receptors. That's why a lot of the punks out here do those kinds of things, girl, because they can't take big black dicks naturally, girl. Let's tell the truth. Ooh. Let's tell the motherfucking truth. Ooh, girl. Let's tell the truth. I decided to go with wine tonight because, girl, I can't do brown no more, girl. Not only do I turn into a vicious cunt, I turn into a horror. Okay, girl. I turn into a horror. Period. Girl, this is why I need to get another computer. I hate doing these types of lives on my phone. Girl. I just, for the life of me, I'll never understand some of these bitches. Did y'all get the link? I know some of the girls are busy. Okay, the girls are listening. So what I'll do is I will share the link in the chat as well. If y'all would like to come up and say what you need to say. Because, girl, let me tell y'all something. The day I let a whore like that play in my motherfucking face, you're crazy as hell. And some people are like, oh, YB, just that whore is mad. She's sad and she's a disgruntled ex-employee girl. She's a crash out. She's a risk of life child. And why even give her any of the energy? Girl, let's just tell the truth. I wouldn't have given it the energy like that, like that at all. I really wouldn't have. But at this juncture, I don't give a fuck. And y'all know me. Once you do certain things and say certain things that really whew, girl, they grab me, I have to grab you. And no one is ever going to tell me how long I need to hold you in place, how long I need to let this size 12 up off that little ass neck of yours, bitch. Hello, God. No one's ever going to tell me not to drag those dry ass, insufferable, winter has came and gone nostrils of yours, bitch. Okay? I'm not Elsa, girl. I ain't letting shit go until I'm ready. And we know the rain never bothers you anyway because it wasn't rain, girl. It was coke flakes falling from the goddamn skies of life. Girl, we gonna bring the brothers up, honey. Hold on.
Yeah. Hey, YB, how you doing?
I am good, honey. Welcome.
Hey,
welcome.
really big. It's so good. Hey,
how
y'all
doing today?
That's my catty cat. What's
hey.
up, YB?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't want to really regurgitate a lot of what, because like you said, I did talk to Reese last night, so I don't really want to go back there. But child, listening to that clip, kind of, it just people, people
We
have
woke
such
it up a
a
little bit.
weird view or recollection of events that happen. So it is what it is. As far as us, so for the people that don't know, because there are a lot of new people in the web reality space that have been hanging around, the TTBs of the world, or I know Harviana. I think I saw him in the chat. Shout out to Harviana. That kind of thing. But I don't think a lot of people do know because they just plain weren't around. So for the people who weren't around, I can't be mad at you for not knowing what you don't know, right? Um, but we organically came together and we were reviewing web reality shows when honestly there really weren't a lot. I won't say there weren't any, but there really weren't a lot of YouTubers that were reviewing web reality shows. They just weren't doing it. And it sort of came together
Hey,
oh Lord, troubled and hit the panel,
how
Lord have
am I
mercy.
trouble? Y'all are the bad ones. I was always the nice one on the
He say
Justice
that
League.
every
Okay,
week. Every time we get
Right. He
I was
always
like
say that shit and
I
he
was
know he
like
lying.
Iceman. You know,
Anyway,
Iceman on the Justice League didn't bother nobody. He
talking. I
just
was I was talking. I was talking.
Oh
girl.
I was
shit,
talking.
Kat, I forgot the format we had talked about in the chat. Oh shit, okay, never mind. Well, we here
Oh,
now.
I forgot what was said, bitch. What was said?
What had happened?
What happened?
I don't know. Well, I don't know what I don't
Shit.
know. I missed it. Listen.
Uh,
But with that being said, all I'm saying is, we were all together. We would do this. We did interviews. We did the show. And a lot of people, again, just weren't around. So they don't know what that impact was. Um, and we just organically, just like we organically came together, everybody just sort of drifted off and was doing different things. I think post pandemic, when the world opened back up, everybody just kind of were moving into different spaces and doing different things. But we still coolest fans, as y'all can see. We still got each other back, and if and when it need to go down, it'll go down.
And I think what y'all really need to understand is that we didn't kind of drift apart. We just kind of spread our wings. Like,
Okay, I like that. That's a better way of saying it.
because
Yeah.
we're all still in this realm and we're kind of flying. Everybody's doing better than they were before we came together. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's a higher demand for us now because that's what I was saying in the chat when I first heard the clip. I did not know that there was reconciliation, but that's why I was like, girl, chill, because it was a very much transactional relationship. Like,
I think reconciliation is a strong word.
exactly. But
A
that's what
conversation was had.
yeah, because it's like it was a very much so a transactional relationship. Like, we were talking about the show, we kept the conversation going, and the people that needed to see it saw it and they appreciated it. So that's why we got the spot as a commercial. It wasn't because we were kissing anybody's ass or that we had
Well,
or anything like that.
exactly. And what's funny is so those comments that were made were directly for me. And
Oh,
Reese, right. And Reese thought, because he said it last night, oh, well, I thought that commercial was just Abby Reviews and really BTV. No, it was the whole Justice League. You
the
know what I
whole
mean? So you've been mad about something that,
but you know what really be the thing about it is he even said that he never watched the show. So either you're lying about never watching the show or somebody carried a bone to you and you never even went to go verify. Because
well,
it
I think
can't be
that's what it
both.
was. Because if he actually watched it for himself, then he would know it was the whole Justice League. So clearly somebody carried a bone. And that's what he chose to hold on to.
And so
Because
instead of verifying, he just took that
Instead
tea
of
and added
verifying.
to his narrative. It only complemented what he was already feeling.
right. And I think I'm gonna be honest, and I think a lot of this goes back to, how people were already feeling. Like if I already feel like Cat is out to get me, then everything that Cat does, I'm gonna see it
Yeah.
as Cat being out to get me. So if he had already made up in his mind that I was in cahoots with Markel, which I have no idea why that would be a thing. But if you made it be your mind that I was in cahoots with Markel, then it didn't really matter. Anything would be your perception of me being in cahoots with Markel, which is just crazy. But whatever.
I mean, and it's we cool with everybody. We just don't have no enemies. Just don't fuck with us. We
My
don't
thing,
have no
that's what I'm
favorites.
saying. Like, I was cool with, and like I told Reese last night, I said, Reese, I reached out to you on multiple occasions after you left the chasing platform. I didn't know you felt this way about me. Like, I really didn't. Because that's the only reason why I really clicked the link, because I was like, wait a minute, like you really got fever with me. And I never knew that. Because I mean, just because I decided to stop watching the show, I mean reviewing the show, you turned it into a whole conspiracy theory against you. No.
What I really be wanting to know sometimes is what crack house they find some of these people in. That's what I really be wanting to know. And it's always the crackheads that come and bother us. We be over here minding our fucking business. And these bitches, the first one was, remember, Kane came from me and Ebby. He crawled up from under some meth lab or some fucking where, trying to come for us. And we didn't even say a damn thing about him. We literally did not mention him on the review, but he over here trying to defend Trey Wombat or whatever the fuck his name was. And came from me and Abby, and we didn't say a fuck thing about him. Like, I don't be understanding.
He should have been talking about how Womack knees was buckling when he did drag.
Oh.
Girl.
Mama couldn't sustain in them heels. Mama could not sustain in them heels.
We literally never mentioned that man, but he came for us. I literally never say anything about Dre Simba, but all of a sudden I'm on his mouth. Where the fuck does all of this come from? Because we don't mention you people. We don't have a fuck thing to say about you people. And y'all be around here with the shows and clownery.
We were that girls, and they just couldn't take it. And the thing is, like, everything was just happening fast, and it was happening organically. The big moments were happening with us. The exclusives were happening with us. The relationships were being built with us. People were coming to us, asking us to review shows, and we were like, girl, we are busy. We have real lives, real jobs. Like,
and then they get mad. They would get mad because they would think that it was just, fun and games. And bitch, we would skull drag you. You people don't have the intellect. You do not have the intellectual wherewithal to go back and forth with us verbally. That's not your arena.
I don't skull drag people. I'm too nice for that. Just for let the record reflect.
That's not true.
We heard you do it once or twice. The thing is, like, I feel like we already know they ain't got it all because y'all asked us to review the show and y'all get mad at the reviews. Bitch, who the fuck does that? Like, you literally asked us to talk about it, and when we talk about it, you get mad. I am so tired of my chasing reviews giving disclaimers like, girl, okay, embrace your feelings. We all grown, bitch. What the fuck? Kenya responded to Portia, not all the comments saying that she was wrong for showing that girl sucking dick. She responded to Portia, her cast member. The reviews and the comments are just that. You watching and go the fuck home, girl.
What kills me the most is, like I said last night on the live, and I'll say it again, like when people show their asses on these shows, and it's just like, damn, like I remember that one season that Reese presided over. I think it was it around the lemon squeeze?
Not presided over. Yeah, you talking about the lemon squeeze when they did the lemon squeeze at the end of the episode?
Yeah, like when we call certain things out, right? And again, we're already over it, but I'm just revisiting it again whenever we're talking about it. Like, y'all get mad at people for calling out the things that you decided to get to be filmed. And not just filmed, put out on air publicly. When you hit that upload button, you need to be prepared, girl. Hello, God, for all the things that might come after. So when y'all show y'all ass on these shows and we calling things out as we see them, and not so much, and I understand the shade and the tea and, we reading you down, but when you actually do something that goes to character, that goes to morality and ethics and things of that nature and who you are as a person, bitch, y'all hoes be getting really upset when we kind of like make a thing out of that. Sorry, girl, you should have been more mindful and demure and cutesy on how you presented that damn behavior to begin with. Because I'm going to do what I'm going to do. When I see that shit, I'm going to call it out. And you can't be mad at how the many ways a bitch will actually read and lock and lay into that situation, or how long they're going to drag that situation out. Because for me, it's always about character. If you show a certain side of you, I'm now having mess and shade, that's cool. But when I see how you are with people, I'm sorry, I can't let that shit slide, because like a lot of these girls talking about, I got friends and these are my home girls and this is my family girl. Where? Because we talked about with Roberta Dutchmaster when she was out here trying to fight Trey, and aren't y'all like and being mad at Dior for, you know, possibly dating Kesey or whatever? Like, how these are your peoples them. You're really gonna come into this space. You knew these people before the show. Don't you think you owe it to yourself as a human being to say, you know what, I'm not going to give the show what it's looking for. Let me communicate with my family, hello God, behind the scenes and try to work this out. That way I'm not dragging y'all publicly. Because guess what I'm going to think as a person and as a viewer? Girl, you're a messy cunt that can't be trusted, because this is your La Familia, honey, and look how you're treating them on the stage of life. So how are you treating them privately?
Exactly.
But and those same girls will walk right by, okay, I forgive Roberta Dutchmaster. Girl, no, I don't forgive shit. Because, girl, like you talk about somebody's brother, girl, or sister, depending on what day it is, bitch, hello, God, you out here.
But if we want to really talk about impact, do you all remember vividly that second season of G Status? It was the Justice League that called out old girl, and everybody was like, yeah.
Delicious. Wasn't it?
Did that. I forgot her name or whatever her name was. It was us. Remember that? It was the six. It was all seven of us.
The whole thing. Mama had to go on a whole campaign trying to cover and explain that shit away.
It was all seven of us. And what happened? That whole season went in the tank. That entire season went in the tank.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But I think these girls, like, first of all, hey, Evie, hey, Auntie. I think, first of all, I feel like, number one, you have to understand that before you even get into the reality world, you're gay. Number one, which means being gay is synonymous with being shady. Even in our everyday lives, we experience shade. So if you know you're going to be put on display, you got to know that that shade is going to be maximized and capitalized and, you know, blown up to its highest extent, number one. Number two, just in television in general, you can't please everybody, and you're going to be talked about. You're going to be disliked by somebody. If you can't handle surviving in gay culture, you damn sure can't do it in a reality sense. So maybe TV ain't for some of y'all girls.
Girl, let's tell the truth too, real quick though. Sometimes we don't even have to be shady because the girls do it to themselves. Since we're talking about
give me a minute, such as the fucking lemon squeeze. That was the same season when y'all did that motherfucking fast food potluck. Bitch, if y'all don't want people talking about that shit, then stop doing it. Why was KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and McDonald's all on the fucking table?
Well, then
bitch, I think more tacos from Jack in the Box. Girl, what the fuck are y'all doing?
If you remember Chasing Dallas season 2, when we interviewed Ariel, and I came guns a-blazing, ready. Because I told her, bitch, you're wrong. Bitch, you're fucking wrong. We always call people to the carpet. Always. We remember that that was our first, because she wasn't on season 1. Right. And our first introduction to her was vile. She was vile.
True, but
and we had to call her to the carpet.
Teddy, we can't isolate that one interview, because every time you unmute your mic, we clutching our fucking pearls because we don't know what the fuck you gonna say. And this is every interview, every conversation. So
yes, you.
We can't isolate just that interview, because every time you come on the mic, we don't know what's gonna happen. We gotta be prepared to come to your defense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But also on a positive note, there were times where interviews would change things. I remember we couldn't stand George. Then we interviewed George. None of us like George. And then once we interviewed George, we were like, oh, I like him.
We used to dog walk George. And George came on, and we had a good time with George. We did.
Actually, remember, I was reading George for filth. And let's bring a full circle moment to the tea, honey. I read George for filth during his introduction. And you know what? Based on the reviews and based on our collective, nature, George hit me up and was like, "Hey, you know, I want to interview on your platform." And remember, he was a little scared to come on because, you know, some of y'all, El Teddy, Hello Guy.
Right.
Exactly.
Always the bad guy.
Exactly.
No,
He was like,
it is
well,
actually YB who be skull dragging people. Y'all talk about me.
No, I'll
YB
tell
be
you what.
around there skull
No,
dragging people.
YB was skull drag in his reads, but when we did interviews, he knew how to be he knew how to be professional and what's the word I'm looking for? Not politically correct, but you didn't give a fuck.
I was
And I
very
think, and
professional
when
in
we
my
do the
interview.
interviews, he not really focused on reading. You know how I be. Let's get to the unhealed trauma, the
Right,
childhood.
right,
That's unpacked.
right.
Girl, everybody don't want to fucking cry, bitch. Everybody don't want to fucking cry, whole
How can
damn.
we How can we get to some sort of a
Yeah, he
resolution?
was
This
always
is
trying to
YB.
kumbaya, and I used to be like, "Bitch, did you see yourself? Did you know you was on camera, whore? What was going on?" That used to be me.
Damn.
Teddy is
Oh
the uncle.
God.
Teddy is the uncle that you warn everybody about before you take him to your house the first time. Like, you know, my uncle El Teddy, don't even pay no attention to nothing he say. He don't mean it. Like that's El Teddy.
That's El Teddy for you.
Child.
But we
there
need
ain't
that because El Teddy's gonna say the things that need to be motherfucking said.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and I think too, like I keep trying to tell the people, there was a certain level of grace that we would extend people. And even though, like, and I remember most, if not all, of the interviews that we did, not all of them, I don't want to, my hubris does know some bounds. People would hit us up.
Yeah.
It wasn't never like, oh, and certain people we reach out to, you know, but for the most part, I remember people DMing us and saying, hey, you know, whether whoever they had the closer relationship with, or they knew it was going to be Justice League shit and how we were going to do it, because you know what, they saw the proof in the past interviews. Oh wow, they do differentiate between their actual reviews when they interview people. You're not going to get that same energy that you get because, girl, a review has to be entertaining for people to want to stick around. So, of course, you're going to expect to be, you know, slayed real quick. But when we interview you, like really be said, like we do it in such a way where it's friendly, it's polite, it's inviting, it's warm. We extend
Even
grace.
me, I'm even friendly at night.
Oh,
At
shut
night
up,
and at
El
night.
Teddy. The lies already. Damn.
No.
Okay.
No. As much as y'all might say, I would ask it at least in a manner where you didn't feel like it was like an attack, but we
Like you're
needed
being
an answer.
mean to them
We
solely. You're
needed an
trying to
answer
read
to
them.
some of the
Yeah, we
questions.
needed the information, and I think they also appreciated the fact that we had 7 different perspectives. We were not interviewing you all thinking the same thing, all ganging up on you. Some of us didn't agree and was
We
like,
didn't.
I think this.
No,
I
we
think
didn't.
this. You know, so it's like I think they appreciated that as well. Like
We didn't agree on that Ariel
have a
situation.
conversation.
We did not agree on that. And remember, we were all over the place on that Ariel situation. And I remember really B said, El Teddy, you need to remember, you know, she's coming to be interviewed. I said, no, I need answers because I was offended personally. And I need some goddamn answers. And we got some answers. By the end of that interview, we were all in a great place. In a great place. And I think that's one thing that we can appreciate about what we always did between Scotty, T, me, Ebby, really B Cat, YB. At the end of every time somebody came up, we made sure that we were all in a good place and a good space. It was always afterwards. They would listen to people in comment sections or just lose their mind and then come for us for no reason.
Or go live on Instagram. Oh Lord Jesus.
Lord, the Instagram
Let's
live.
not forget really be dragging Rico Cassadine.
Don't bring.
Don't try to act like that didn't happen, ma'am.
Let me tell
First of all,
hold on,
I did
real
not.
quick.
Hold on, I
Before
did
y'all
not drag
start,
Rico.
hold on, real quick. Hold on, you better not bring the girl over. You better not summon that girl over here hollering and screaming, child.
Because I did not drag. See that's what you be. I did not
Abby,
drag
can
Rico.
you back me up on this, ma'am?
I drug Rico.
Girl, Rico finna come over here and start hollering and screaming, bitch.
Right, you know he like Beetlejuice.
And windmilling, girl. It's high now on the AstroTurf outside.
Girl, she's
I don't remember that. I promise you. I promise y'all, I don't remember that happening. I do not remember dragging him. I don't. I remember responding to something he said. I don't remember dragging him. I don't remember that happening.
I remember that fight that took place at that event, and it was chaotic. I don't know. Remember that episode where they fought? Was it?
Oh yeah.
They was all over that damn AstroTurf. They was.
Yes.
But let me say this too, and this is I think because somebody right now is saying, well, what's the big deal? And I don't see what the big deal is. Like, I think the other thing that people need to understand is we were sort of on the beginning of the whole panel thing. Like StreamYard was still relatively a new tool, and
That's true.
panels were just sort of starting. Like now, panels are all over the place. Everybody has a panel. Hell, I'm on like 3-4 panels right now myself. But in the beginning, when we first started doing it, and I think that's
That
another
wasn't
reason
happening.
why, right, it was a new thing. So when people are like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Because they see panels everywhere now. But you got to rewind 5 years ago, right before the pandemic, this was a new thing. Everybody wasn't doing StreamYard. Everybody wasn't doing that. So it was sort of a new thing. And so that's another reason why, it's another reason why this was so special.
And
Because it
correct
was
me if I'm wrong,
new.
y'all. Were we not the first in the LGBT web reality world?
That I know of. I mean, I can't say for certain, but
I think we were
in
the
our
pioneers.
world.
Especially for chasing, we were the pioneers.
Well, yeah, we were. Yeah.
We were.
And we don't say
And
nothing.
especially for
Don't say nothing to the other girls.
especially for G status too.
Leave us the fuck alone.
Especially for G status too.
G status as well.
But let's be clear. I think all of us at that moment saw, what it was and after after the pandemic, it blew up, and each of us, had our, individual panels, separate panels, but they all went at, but it all started. We all 7 of us started, here. I think all of us can attribute parts of our individual successes to when all of us united. Matter of fact, we would give each other recommendations on, I'm reviewing this show, let's do this. Like when we redid what's the show,
the camp show, was it the camp show?
No, the show in Nigeria.
Young
Blood and Water.
Huh?
Blood and Water.
Blood and Water. Blood and Water. Remember, I was reviewing that first, and I said,
thank y'all for that.
And I said,
hey,
we should review this show. I remember I said, I came in the chat, I said, we should review this show. Kat, Really B, we reviewed that show, and that show did a lot for, a lot.
They did. I still got to watch the last season. I still haven't finished the last season.
It kind of slowed down, Really B, if you notice. Like after the second, people started getting pregnant and the lines started getting blurred. It's just like y'all doing a lot with the storyline. Like, it did start going. But thank you, El Teddy, because literally my highest viewed video is Blood and Water, and it has, I think, 600,000 views.
Wow!
I still get views on my Blood and Water.
I would not have that if you wouldn't have recommended that show, because I wouldn't have found it. I wouldn't have ran across it.
Yeah, El Teddy did find that show. Yeah,
the collective of us, we've all benefited off of each other, and those shows benefited off of what we did, because a lot of people would get in our DMs and comments and say, oh, I'm not even watching this show. I don't even know what it is. I just like watching y'all reviews, or I just like watching y'all panel, because I like seeing how y'all go. And they would go and watch the show so they could keep up with what we were talking about.
Or actually, let's furthermore step on impact even more. El Teddy had the pleasure of interviewing, was it some of the girls or a few of the girls down from Noah's Ark?
Mm-hmm.
Was it the entire cast?
I did 2 people off of Noah's Ark show, and then I did LGBT. And then I did 3 people off of David Makes Mad. Matter of fact, Nate McIntyre, who I still talk to this day, he's the star of what's the little show with the football player now?
All American.
All American. He's the star of the new season of All American. I talked to him. I interviewed him way back then. I interviewed David Patterson, who was on The Wire and who was on David Makes Mad and all of them. So we've all had Rodney Chester from Noah's Ark. I
did Brandy Evans from P Valley.
Yes.
Really B has interviewed a whole bunch of people that I can't even I don't even know who
Yeah,
some of the people is. She
and
be over there doing
Scotty,
the damn thing.
Scotty on first
And,
name basis with half these celebrities.
Okay.
Candy Burrs Tucker.
Candy
Okay,
Bird.
right.
That
Candy,
was
Girl,
Candy
let me
got
tell
stuff
y'all.
on her
Candy Bird.
Scotty's
Rolodex. Okay.
better than me because I'll be like, Candy girl, girl, I need to visit that.
T done interviewed a bunch of people.
I need to visit that basement bitch, that little sex dungeon girl. He better
Oh Lord.
Girl,
Scotty
I
better
thought
than
we
me
was
because
talking
I
about
love
OLGs. Ew.
I thought they said they shut OLG down. Somebody told me
nail
one
me
of
to
them.
the cross,
I thought I
I
bitch.
saw
think
that somewhere.
one of the locations I think is closed.
Yeah, the one that I think that was the one we went to. Really be. I think that's the one that
You
got
mean the one
closed
we
down.
sat you mean the one we sat out in front of for
Was
an
it the
hour?
one we set out in front
The one
of?
they filmed the show from?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
They still charging $50 the part.
No,
Child.
I don't know. Maybe if you park inside they little thing.
I'm sure
We
that
parked in
because
the
the lot
side of
is
the
small,
road.
so that fills up fast, I'm sure.
So we never
I
got
wouldn't
in.
know.
And I'm sure half of the spots are valet anyway.
Tiana said biscuits and bullets, child. Stop.
Well, you know,
and bullets.
that boy, the little dark chocolate one, the little tall dark one, who was dating Dominique Brandon, he was at the door when I came in there that one time.
I hope he's not still managing because he was doing a terrible job.
Child.
Terrible.
Every time someone brings up Sheree's name, I always think about that Funky Dineva clip of him with the dildo. It's outside of Chateau Sheree.
But she got so many iconic moments because that spring summer joggers, that is iconic.
She's iconic for failure. She's fucking iconic for failure. Let's be clear. She's on the Mount Rushmore of failure.
So is Dre Sember.
But she gonna stand there with that badass house. It may have taken her 26 years to build that house, but bitch, it is beautiful.
See if she's still be in it in
And I
2
bet
years.
you
My bad.
and I bet you
In
if
2
we
years,
and I
she
bet
won't have
you
it.
and I bet you if we go to
Forgive me. I'm so sorry. I misspoke, child. Mount Rushmore is made of rocks. Dre Sember can't be on there. He been snorting.
Oh damn.
Girl.
Lord.
Sorry, girl. Like,
Oh my God.
so she
Oh
can't
my
be
God.
on. And even if it was made of paper mache, we can't trust her. She might be a glue addict too.
My
Why
God.
don't you snuffing the glue?
Well, all I was gonna say was if we go
Fucking
on
Mueller's ass.
Airbnb, if we go on Airbnb luxury, what's the top line of Airbnb where they have all the luxury houses? We could
We'll
probably
find
find
her house.
Sheree. Yeah, we could probably find Sheree's house. We could probably
Yeah.
Justice League. We could probably have a retreat at Sheree's
Oh,
house.
we
Cat.
should, bitch.
Period. She need the money. She ain't on the show no more.
She sure do. It probably, no, you know, VRBO is a little more high class apparently than Airbnb. She probably got it on VRBO. I can see that.
I mean, the house on the commercial looked nice, but I didn't like he didn't look like he knew how to barbecue.
Child, just because I don't answer the phone, bitch, don't mean I don't want. Child, these niggas are crazy as fuck.
Girl, give it to us in the story time because we don't need you using up this live. Okay?
No, like just because I don't answer, never mind. Bitch, shut the fuck up, nigga.
Girl, what trade you got on the phone? Girl, you were supposed to set trade up for later tonight, bitch.
Niggas act like little boys these days. Like, what is man at?
Like, Jesus
First of all, I was going to say, first of all, listen, YB kept the boys coming to the yard when he was 100 pounds heavier. I know his phone stay burning up now that he done been in the gym and he
Especially
done
down
got
to the
and
South
he's at
Florida. Especially down to the 5.
Okay.
Hey, YB, I know what the 561 gives. Okay.
So you doing
I
the
know.
so you doing the bending.
Oh, I know what it gives down there, YB. You know, I'd have been over there to Riviera Beach a few times. I'd have been down there to Delray Beach, and I'd have found me some trade down there. Some good trade.
Miami Beach is cute as well. Miami Beach got a whole strip.
Speaking of
Miami, I love Miami.
That's where you got the hard boys. They hard in Miami. They real hard at Thug.
They got some real nice tacos and some.
Not tacos.
Oh, I love that fish tacos. Oh, I love the fish tacos in Miami. But yeah, the scene is nice. The gay scene is nice in Miami. Miami Beach per se, not just Miami.
Child,
exactly. I was thinking the same thing. El Teddy, read the group chat, sir.
Oh, hold on.
But yes, child.
Oh, wait. Where's my phone? Shit. Where's my phone? Hold on. Where the fuck is my phone?
I was thinking. I saw your face, YB. I was thinking the same thing.
Girl. God bless.
We gotta hit the little Kim, okay?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Mercy have lords. Cat. I am loving,
Oh,
when I tell you I am loving your TikToks though, I be here for your
Thank you
TikToks.
so much. I gotta get back on it. I really do. But thank you.
Yes, because especially when you had to come out and come back into the office, baby, you were just so not feeling that. Okay?
I wasn't feeling that whole situation. You hear me? And it was just, and during the first quarter of the year, it was extremely cold in Texas. Extremely cold. So half the time I was outside, I was freezing my ass off. The wind was blowing. Somebody had just pissed me
Yeah.
off. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like get me out of here fast.
and girl, let me tell you something. You keep talking about Tika Naturals need to come back. Obviously, you don't need it, bitch, because your skin looks amazing.
Oh wow.
So
I
who you?
gotta make do,
So
ho.
who?
I
So the
gotta make
question.
do, bitch.
So the question I have is, who you been cheating on me with, bitch?
Dial, bitch. Dial, the gold bar. That's what I got.
Wait a minute, not Dow.
That's what I
Not
gotta fucking work with. Dial,
not
bitch. Because you ain't on your
Dow.
motherfucking job. I gotta wash my face with dial.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm over
I
here
gotta
with.
do dial because I have sensitive skin. So all that other shit, I could do
I'm
progressive.
old school Ivory.
A lot of shit will break me out. Really break me
Bitch, I'm
out.
still old school
Girl,
Ivory.
stop.
Yes, that's the exact one I have.
I'm old school Ivory, the original, the white one. Okay, the original white
And
Ivory.
it
That's
smells
it.
so
Oh.
good when you after you get out of hot shower. It smells so good.
And you don't really. I made me question other soaps. Like, so y'all don't have antibacterial. Like, what am I using soap for then, bitch? If it don't have antibacterial in it.
The scent.
Good.
So this made me think. But it gave me an idea too. I'm gonna find a natural source for antibacterial, and I'm gonna definitely
Watch what country you get it out of. All these tariffs, honey. You got to watch. You baby, listen. You
Honey,
might be paying a lot
let me
extra.
tell you something. You want to know one of the real reasons I haven't came back out? When I tried to do my shopping list to restock everything, when I tell you within that year and a half, we're talking about $10 to $20 differences.
You don't want to see it now.
In everything. And most of my ingredients, the herbs and stuff, come from Africa. Child, please. Got me fucked up. I'm not paying none of that. That's not my president, girl. I'm not paying shit. And all that lying and scamming they just recently just did to make all that motherfucking money, he needs to be in jail. Because y'all did Martha Stewart real crazy back then because someone said, hey, bitch, girl, this is going to happen. You need to get your money out of here, girl. And she did that. And y'all gave the girl what? Even though it was like 60 days, child, or whatever. But still, though,
No,
y'all locked her up.
she was in there
She was
longer
in
than
there for
60
a minute.
days.
No, Martha.
There was a
Like a
night.
year.
Martha
It was like
was
6
in there for a
months.
minute. I have a question for y'all though about these web reality shows.
Oh,
Really,
shit.
you don't have to answer because I heard your answer. But I when we meet really be at Everywhere Live the other day, I in my closing remarks, I said that I think that with the level of intellect of these girls that they need to not mix races. Because these girls cannot handle that, and the way that they read, they're not intellectually sound, so they go to the lowest denominator where they go to racial tropes and epithets and all of that kind of stuff. And I feel like if y'all are
Just
going to
like these
continue to
crackheads.
get these kind of girls that y'all have nowadays, that y'all need to keep it segregated. And I know Really B said we don't necessarily need to do that, but my thing is, and I'm not here for divisiveness, but the way these girls are, and they can't read people. They don't know how to read like that. And so they go to the lowest denominator. So in my estimation, I think if you're gonna have Hispanic or Latinx girls, have them their own show or their own chasing or whatever, where they could just be homogenous and we don't have to go there, because we saw what happened last season with Seven Deep and all of that. We see what's happening this season with Rio talking about Mexicans are N-words and all of that kind of stuff that he got going on and stuff like that. And then you got Donnie and his buffoonery, or as Ebby called him, the sloth from Ice Age.
Mm.
Not
Come
Sid
on,
the
Sid,
Sloth.
girl.
Not
Yes,
Sid
she
the
called him
Sloth.
Sid the
Fucking
sloth from
Sid,
Ice Age.
girl.
Because I'm never going to not see that. I'm never going to unsee that. But I just wanted to get
It's
y'all
funny
take on
because
that.
it applies.
Very well, because he was given shit
He
the
is
fuck
slow.
up there talking.
Well,
He does
I,
give me
I
IEP.
think I see your
You
point.
know that
For
boy
the
had an
sake of
IEP in
peace,
school.
for the sake of peace, yes, I would agree, segregate. But we're not talking about peace when we talking about reality TV. So I said keep it the way it is, simply because you brought up a very valid point. 7 Deep. We would have never known the truth about 7 Deep and his dirty works had it not been exposed. So these people need to be exposed to try to rectify and ignite some change. Hopefully, if you can see how ridiculous you sound and look, you'll integrate some change and do some self-reflection. Here I come, YB, and some motherfucking digging deep.
I never thought about it that way. I hear what you're saying.
And really do something, because if not, all this shit is gonna go unchecked.
I never thought about it that way. I hear what
They
you're
need to
saying
be
though.
exposed, because that's the only way real change is gonna happen.
Or you bust them in their kneecaps and they change that. Well, no.
This is my thing. I feel like the issue at hand is not the subject matter, but like El Teddy kind of pointed out, it's these individuals who have no self-awareness. They have no gift of discernment whatsoever because they lack said self-awareness. And not just that, I hate to say this, but it goes what El Teddy said about, y'all are not intellectually sound. You guys, a lot of y'all girls never even mention any type of education or any hint that you paid attention in history class, bitch, geography class, because the fact that y'all still keep getting Peruvian mixed up with Mexican befuddles the shit out of me. The way in which a lot of the girls, when they're trying to dig and read, it's not even a reference to their cultural racial dynamic whatsoever. So that shit always just blows me, because these girls literally do lack education. They lack
the bitch said I'm the gay Malcolm X. Fuck you, bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're not even lying on
I'm
that
sorry.
level too.
I had a moment. I'm
it's
sorry.
Stuff like that too. Like you have an individual who is old, and I've seen multiple. I was at the gym today. I watched the first half of y'all's group review of that episode, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, we all kind of. Kat did the same thing. They did the same thing on the chasing panel. You're overtly trying to be pro-black to where it looks disingenuous. And that's like, y'all obviously lack the emotional wherewithal to be able to even go there, let alone if you're going to have these types of conversations, let there be some education behind it. Let there be some understanding behind it. Because if we're not doing that to bring it full circle, like i.e. last season when 7 Deep, y'all tried to save him, but all he did was regurgitate the same foolishness that he stood 10 toes down in that moment of the scene. So that was a waste. If we're going to go there, let's learn something. But we're not learning anything from that. All we're doing is we continuously see that the girls keep spewing out hatred. Now, I do want to just say one thing. I never gave an actual stance on what I thought about Rio's comment about him saying that Mexicans are, N-words too. El Teddy, you're from Florida too. This is a big melting pot of a lot of shit. And a lot of things, it's regionally how you grow up, where you grow up, and all of the things. That was one of my arguments when it came to Delicious, but Delicious fucked me over in my belief system when she further went on her bullshit, and I had to call her out. I think that it wasn't so specific, like, okay, we're just alike, but we share when in the eyes of, the crime, the white supremacy of it all.
Not the cracker.
They kind of they look at us,
but
and
why
they treat
be
us the same. So I think what he was trying to say was like,
well, why be? You don't do that with the hard ER, bro. With hard ER.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh yes, it was hard ER.
He didn't say us. He said ers.
He said ers. It was hard ER. Yes, it was hard ER.
Yeah, minorities, and that's what I can agree.
I tried,
girl. It was hard ER.
But the ers, no,
yeah, the ers. We were the ers. We're just gonna say the ers.
You ain't trying to share in the struggle. You trying to hold a whip, bitch.
Not the us, but the ers. Okay, but that's just like I said on our review when we were together, that I feel like Donnie was raised by his white side. That's why he's trying to appropriate blackness so hard. But
y'all know that
the way he behaves is not how black people. That's not something we would say. That's not how we would behave.
like Kat pointed out in his review, he was like, you would think that me, like I'm mixed myself, but I obviously go with black all 100 my entire life. How I was raised, that's the only community I know. And in the eyes of white supremacy, I will always be treated as such. So I might as well go where I need to go, and plus what I'm naturally gravitating towards. But you would think that when I discovered that I was half Nigerian girl, that's why Jay Simper be killing me. Calling about Jay Simper really thinks I'm a Mexican. And I'm like, bitch, I'm blacker than your ass is. My father his ancestors were part of the slave trade situation. So if anybody got more roots in this shit, it's motherfucking me, bitch. So anyway, but like, I'm not outwardly over here, girl, I'm Malcolm X or I'm Martin Luther King or I'm marching for the girls and all this other kind of shit. But look at you, you're in the words you're choosing and how you're saying what you're saying that comes off performative in nature and very disingenuous, and it looks like an act in a show. I have no time for that. I truly, girl, it'd be different if he was Portia and he really thought the Underground Railroad was a real, situation, a train station bitch or whatever, girl. But I don't know.
He could have simply just put in the club, we all fam on the side. That would have been fine.
That is true.
That would have worked.
That is true.
But girl,
So I'm actually kind of surprised, girl. You see a lot of girls out here. Like my skew of positions, masculinity, femininity has like changed. I don't know if you have been following my journey, but I've had swam in the oceans of puss, child. And last year, honey, I was experimenting. I'm a verse, top now, bitch. I know El Teddy's like, girl, what?
Girl!
Yes.
So girl, I'm not doing this with you. We're not doing this today. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear shit else from you, YB, for the rest of the goddamn live. You would not be out here talking about, oh, girl, I'm a verse top. Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere, girl.
Have you heard the stories?
Girl.
I've been my eyes have been open. I have seen the glory.
Oh, girl!
God, it shineth upon thine flesh, and it exposed me to new things. But
and it's not just top El Teddy. He is rocking with real fish now too.
I'm not doing this. Nope.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore.
Nope.
Not anymore, because I don't have time for these girls anymore.
No, God.
They work. I'm back on. Actually, currently, I'm bottoming and topping, but I'm more bottoming because some dick is finally worth it. Hello, God. But my thing is
not that you say that man need to take the pills from the gas station and shit.
But wait a minute, hold on. What we're not gonna do is speed past that shit like you didn't say what you just said.
We're not gonna speed past you over here talking about you messing with the cooter. The cooter.
Women?
The cooter.
Yeah.
The women?
The cooter.
The women's?
Twice.
No.
Well,
twice.
Well, women.
Technically 3.
Bitch, what?
Because the second time around was with. Remember the story I told?
Yeah.
She invited her friend to serve at thine cock.
Wow.
They had the nerve to say she wasn't doing it right. I said, bitch, okay.
But what I was saying, the whole reason I brought that up is because like I have changed, because y'all remember I was a hardcore bottom bitch and I was proud of that, and I used to despise anything that I would never top, I would never do this, I would never do that, and I'm doing all the shit I said I wouldn't do. But in knowing that, and me now knowing how some women, not all, because child, some women ain't going for that shit. How you have some women, so when I look at Lamont and when I look at Rio, and I'm just like, girl.
Or wait a minute. What didn't they say Lamont was dating Robert Ray? I'm trying to do the math on when were you dating Robert Ray?
They used to date. That's what I heard.
How long ago? What's the timeline? Because he said they've been together 4 years, him and this girl or whatever.
But they also invite people in the bed. So Roberta Dutchmaster probably tapped that too.
That's what I said. I said Robert Ray, not you call that man Roberta Dutchmaster. God of mercy, God of love, God.
Yeah.
I was thinking when he said that, I thought Robert Ray was like the third person that would come in from time to time. Because somebody, didn't they say Robert Ray is a bottom or something like that?
He definitely do drag.
Somebody somewhere put out somewhere that they said Robert Ray was a bottom. I didn't get that out.
I don't see that. Well,
only
I was about to say I don't see it, but given the Twitter videos that I have seen, Anything is possible.
Because you know, some of the ladies that like to deal with men that are bisexual and or gay, they love to peg a bitch.
That's a
They
turn
be
off.
all into the pegging. So I could see Robert Ray with a double P or something like that, a good pegging and the meat at the same time. I don't know. I have questions. I don't know what's happening.
Girl, this is my thing. I think she only partakes in bottoming when she's dressed like Wanda from Holiday Heart, child. That's about it. When she got the bike, hello God.
I got the bike,
girl. Bless her!
No,
Bless her!
no means no, and yes means no. We're not doing this today, Robin.
Okay,
You
wait
are
a minute.
not
Hold
going
on.
old school.
Hold on.
Markel has spoken.
Okay, yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. Go ahead,
Can
YB.
you
It's your
highlight it?
platform.
Can you highlight it?
Can you highlight that?
Let me see. Where's this thing? Why is
Markel
this
said they were together before he was with the woman, and they had a house together.
A whole house
Okay.
together.
Wait. When you say a house, like a physical house, or like a house in,
like a gay house,
ballroom house. Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Well, like
Girl, I want to be so messy right now.
So Lamont and Robert Ray were together before. So that's been more than 4 years ago. Was that before Robert Ray was on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, because how long Robert Ray been on? Since season what? 3, 4?
Well, it makes sense. Yeah, it actually has been that long since the retreat. That we were.
Robert Ray came on what season? 3 or 4?
A real house, not a ballroom house. A real house.
Okay.
Yeah, he came out during that first season retreat. So that time, damn, it has been for 5 fucking years since then, basically. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, honey. All right, Luther Vandross. This house is not a home.
Well, I don't
And
want
just so you know, and YB, just so you know, I want details in the group chat. I want details in the group chat.
Listen, the group chat.
No, he put out videos detailing everything. He just got to get y'all a link to all his YouTube videos.
I'm about to say, I don't think I saw that video.
I didn't see the video
Your
either.
mouth is gonna be dropped to the floor.
I don't remember that story time, goddamn.
Listen, I apologize to everybody in the chat because we talking backseat stuff, but the group chat tonight, it's gonna be another one where I'm cussing. Okay, I know I'm gonna be cussing in the morning. So, I already know that. I'm gonna be cussing in the morning.
But we used to have some. Now we used to have some. Baby,
the group chats used to be group chats.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes,
girl, don't let there be no mess in the YouTube streets, girl, that we all can
relate. Well, if it's mess, we gonna know about it. Because somebody gonna send it to one of us, and then all of us.
If y'all only knew the stuff that we never put out here on the YouTube screens, as much as y'all hate
laid a lot of these reality
we get out. A lot of shit. And we choose to keep it copacetic and not put shit out there. But a lot of you bitches, a lot of you whores that be out here saying all kinds of sideways shit, we really be protecting you bitches.
We be
sparing. Y'all be out here acting like y'all skull dragging us. Bitch, we could let you hoes the fuck out.
And thank God, because we're just not like that. Because if we had those types of channels, we probably could. But we just don't rock like that. But we have the information on every one of you little bitches. We know everything. We know
That's
everything.
What kills me the most, because I, especially like during the time where like everybody was coming to us, the thing, and even still to this day, the things that could be said and would destroy some of these cunts' actual real lives. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, we are literally genuine and graceful. Because the way a lot of y'all hoes be out here thinking that you can just get away with saying anything out of those fucking coke-infested mouths of yours, let me tell you something, bitch. I'm just saying,
space for me.
I'm just saying though, girl, you thought you were hitting rocks, bitch. These are real rocks that will be thrown at your motherfucking ass. And that could be and literally destroy you. But we're not those kinds of people, and we don't go there. Let's just tell the truth. When the girls cannot read or even attempt to drag someone, that's when they really start trying to pierce those personal buttons. But like I said before, a lot of us that share our lives on these platforms, the reason we do it is because we know that there's always going to be some little bitch typing in the dark room, thinking and drinking, typing on their fucking keyboards, bitch, because they have no life at all. Girl. Actually, you'd have more fruitfulness. Girl, let me shut the fuck up. Girl, you'd bear more fruit if you were out here collecting all those crumbs that you're dropping on the floor, girl, to scoop into thine nostrils, bitch. Girl, like y'all don't know, and not just for that, winter is coming, built bitch. Not just for her, but for a lot of these girls, the tea that people send.
Oh, YB, I need you to see that last comment. That last comment is gold. That last comment is gold. I'm here for all the parts of that.
Girl, let me tell you something. You know, Coke is expensive, crack is cheap. So when it's a bi-weekly situation for your paycheck, if you get one, you have to. What paycheck? You know how it is because you stop going grocery shopping, you get the dollar menu real quick. It's the same thing for drug addicts. What they do is they can't afford the cocaine, so they have to decrease, hello God, the quality of their shit, and they have to go to the gutter of life to go get that crackiana.
Philly Scorpio, T is live doing his love and marriage hunt for Seville right now, and Scotty is out of town in Houston. Otherwise, they would have been up here, but Scotty is outside in Houston celebrating.
In my home. I'm not even in Houston, but he down there.
He over there celebrating one of his best friend's birthdays. So he outside.
And I told y'all hoes he wasn't gonna be up until 2 or 3 o'clock. And when did he hop in the chat?
He did come up.
3 o'clock. I knew it. I lived there. Baby.
You know what?
He got up at 3 o'clock and said, "Oh, what happened?"
Exactly.
And you know what, too? Speaking to that, I just want to say this, too. Like, the way in which I hear a lot of stuff out here, because I hover through the ether, and I know we already, like, had this conversation and talked about it, but, like, what kills me is that people look at panels and they think that everyone is supposed to be the same. And I be trying to tell people, do you know what makes a good panel? A good panel is when you have differences of opinion, when you have people that have walked different lives, when people have different perspectives and different experiences. That's what real unity is when you can bring a bunch of people together that have different types of voices.
Yeah. True.
That's what makes it interesting. You're gonna have your entertainer. You're gonna have your quiet one that will release the kraken on your ass. You will have you'll have your good mix of everybody because the people that come through the chat are not gonna all be the same. So there's gonna be someone that everyone in the chat comes through can relate to at some point or another. So when y'all sit around here and y'all be trying to bash people because you have certain favorites or whatever, keep your opinions to yourself because it's not constructive. It adds no value to anything. All it does is, like I said last night, it creates divisiveness amongst people who actually genuinely fuck with each other. Our panel, the chasing panel, you're talking about people that actually fuck with each other. That a lot of these people know each other. They have vacation together. They live where each other live and they actually hang out. I think that's why a lot of these cunts are really mad because they don't have any friends. The only friends they have is the ones they imagine when they are on their coke benches, bitch.
I don't know none of these people, and I don't like none of these people up here. I don't know none of these hoes up here, and I don't like none of them.
Girls love this space so much is because that's the only time you get to be around people.
I don't like none of these hoes, and I don't like none of them.
And then when the cameras are off, you're back home, hello God, hovering in the ether of everybody else's life. Girl, please. Y'all need to understand that. So stop nitpicking. And why y'all nitpicking shit y'all watch?
Once again, I don't like none of these hoes, and I don't like none of them.
I think that's what pisses them off.
I don't know none of these hoes, and I don't like none of them.
Try to unravel.
Teddy, you see how we ignoring you because you talking bullshit?
But the thing is, he's lying. He is lying.
I'm moving slowly out the frame because when the Lord smite him for lying,
no, because the truth is, they know I'm the bitch that they have. That if anything go down, I'm the first one saying, "What we doing? Where we going? Who we riding out on? We riding out. I am always the first one."
Happy you have moved past sending a certain substance in the mail to somebody because you was right.
Because you always with some anthrax and white phosphorus
to somebody. Why do we always have to send
a vial of anthrax?
You know what? That's how we know Homeland Security ain't shit, bitch. Because as many times as El Teddy has threatened anthrax against the bitch and they haven't came to his door,
at all.
This country has lack of security.
And now I got anthrax and white phosphorus. Bitch, I done upgraded. We got the anthrax and the white phosphorus, bitch, now.
Respect for the law, respect for the law, respect for the law.
Respect for the law.
Oh, I didn't realize what I just did. I am so sorry. Oh, no, I shouldn't have did that.
What?
I related the conversation with anthrax with people from Middle East, child. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Bitch, you about to be Ice about to be
Girl,
at
I
your
am so
door.
sorry, girl.
Oh
I
wait,
am so
Ice about to
sorry.
be at your door.
I am so sorry. I love my Middle Eastern girls.
Girl, Ice about to be at your door. I can't do this
Oh
bitch
my.
all today. Nope. 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 Mm-mm.
oh.
I just made it worse. I'm sorry, Lord. I
Yes.
apologize. Respect to halal, girl. Respect to the law, honey.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
I was about to hit you with
I'm
the
not checking
views,
my mail for 3 business
I
days,
can
bitch.
show
Please
you.
don't.
the views expressed by the members of the
Oh,
Justice League are their views.
Where the
They
fuck is
leave
my allegedly
alone.
sign?
Don't
That
put me
means
in with
do
these
not
people.
send
Let me
anything
go
to
on
my house.
camera. Do not send me shit. I am not a part of
girl.
these people.
I apologize,
Lies.
y'all. Forgive me,
Mm-mm.
Muhammad. Girl.
No.
I'm so hot.
Muhammad.
Okay,
I'm
Jesus.
so hot. I'm so sorry. She's back now. Y'all see her in New York, child. She look good.
She look
Who?
good.
Onija,
Who?
Onija.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, the check cleared because she looked
What
She
good.
look
girl?
good.
The girl
Mother
Onija
who
Robinson.
catfished old boy and moved out to Dubai and talk about, oh no, y'all gonna have to feed a house.
Wait. It was too many. Who? I didn't hear who y'all said.
remember the scandal about the lady who went to Dubai and stayed there?
Oh, that bitch. Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
finally got
She back
back.
in New York and she
Like
looking
she was in
good.
what? Pakistan first, Afghanistan, one of the stands.
Oh, when
Uzbekistan,
she went to that second one,
Pakistan,
I was
Afghanistan, one
second.
of the stands she was in.
My
She
only thing is,
was.
I just feel like they're kind of dragging it now. It doesn't hit the same. It's now coming off a little bit like I feel like there was a moment, just like that Demir girl. Like I just feel like everyone has their moment, and like this is really microwavable. And when I see her
Baby,
now, it's
there's
like,
no more 15 minutes of fame. You get 15 seconds. That's all you get in
yeah.
2025. It's no more 15 minutes of fame. You get 15 seconds. Mama had her 15 seconds. Thank you, ma'am. Going on with life. We
The thing I
don't
don't
It
like
care
would have
about
about
these
you
hit
no more.
girls is that
better.
when
The
they get
only
these 15 seconds, they don't know how to capitalize on it. What's next?
well,
Is she gonna be saying respect to the lie forever? Like, what are you gonna do next?
if she would have came back to the States right after Karachi and didn't detour in Dubai and get locked up for her foolishness, if she would have hit it as it was happening, she probably would have had a little bit more. But now it's just like people are obviously using you. Your energy's
She'll
not the
have a
same.
GoFundMe in 5, 4,
At
3,
the
2,
time,
1.
it was so random and out of pocket. That's what people loved about it. Now it seems forced.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Go
Like
help
the
her
chicken
with her
salad girl.
GoFundMe because she's gonna have a
Where did the
GoFundMe. She'll
chicken
have a
salad
job
girl
nowhere
go?
in America.
yeah.
She clearly can't have a job nowhere in America.
I just wonder, is it true? Like, I don't want to dig too deep into it, but like, they say she has kids that are, like, what's up, girl? Like, who just leaves? Obviously, and I think it needs to start mental health, bitch. You moved out there to marry a 19-year-old or however old he was. That's
And
the
from what I
backstory.
understand, when we got there, the family that lived there
Moved the fuck away.
moved. They packed their shit and fucking moved. You gotta be
Like,
a weird
nope.
ass bitch to make a family pack up their shit and leave their home.
Baby, they took one look at that bitch and said, no, ma'am, no,
Damn,
God. We checked it
imagine
out.
somebody showing up at your house
People
and your
packed
mama
up the
said,
whole
pack all this
house.
shit up. We got to go.
Really did. They took one look at that bitch and said, nope, we packing up
We
the
out.
whole house.
We
Everybody
out
out
here.
this bitch.
Pack up the whole fucking
The whole
Everybody out.
house.
toiletries, everything. Pack it up. Let's go.
That's crazy as hell.
Girl, you got to have a hell of a self-esteem to not be bothered when people pack up their whole family and move away just
Oh
to
yeah,
be
she
away from you.
heavy
Baby, your
in confidence.
self-esteem,
Heavy in confidence. Because then
I
she
need
said, I'm
that
not leaving, I'm
level of
staying here.
delusion. That is the level of delusion that I need in my life right now. Baby, listen.
I'll say this. I do like her confidence. Delusion, I'm gonna have to pull a little bit back from because I don't know if delusion was the reason why her forehead was white, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Her forehead was, I don't know what it looked like. Remember in White Chicks when that girl said, powder my nose real quick, and she took that big ass powder and said, boom, on her face? That's what they did to her forehead, and I don't really like that.
Not that
I
I
mean,
don't
you
really
look
like
like a
that.
couple of girls on RuPaul's Drag Race that just throw powder on their face and think they in drag and keep it moving. But
They
we
don't
gonna
got a
shut
whole
up
lot of
about
time,
that.
though, Teddy. They don't have a whole lot of time. And you could tell by the way some of them outfits look. They just kind of threw that shit together. But I like the show though. I hate when a bitch got a sashay away, but I do like the show. I watch it sometimes.
I love when people sashay away. What I hate is the fact that y'all keep trying to make Corey King relevant when he has the worst drag this side of heaven, and we're going to say that out loud.
Wow, I don't know about the worst drag this side of heaven, but okay.
Because Joella was
I've definitely seen
well.
worse.
I mean, Joella is in the conversation too. I forgot.
I've definitely
Joella.
seen worse.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Joella is in the conversation. I apologize. Joella is in that conversation. You're right.
That lady wore a mattress.
A mattress.
She wore a mattress. And I'm gonna just leave it, and poof, we're just gonna leave it right there. That lady wore a mattress.
I just want to say this. I just put this in the chat. If anybody would like to come up and speak, say hi, give a little 1-2, please feel free.
Markel, you got a lot to say in the chat. You might as well bring your ass.
He had a restaurant.
He had a restaurant.
Oh, he had a restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And feel free to talk about chasing if y'all want to, because I mean we all watching it. So.
And speaking of and since we talk about Markel, speaking of checks clearing, I'm waiting for my check to clear because clearly I was on Markel's payroll.
Right, Really B was on payroll. And Really B, let me hold something. Since you on the payroll, let me hold $50 or something. Since you
Okay,
on the
clear. I
payroll,
need to check to clear.
Because we wanted to be the girl in the picture.
Right.
Because I wanted to be the girl in the picture.
We wanted to be a part of it. Girl, where you get this shit from? Really? Not Really B. Reese.
I don't know.
Reese.
I think somebody gave him a
points
piece
of
of
you,
information
Reese.
and he just ran with it and created his own
Reese,
narrative.
did you forget we were over here every time we were together saying, why the fuck are you on the show? Did you forget that? That was us. All the way from going all the way back to the
First of all, that wasn't us.
We were saying that everybody was saying he did not need
No,
to be on this
everybody
show.
was not saying no. We were not.
Well,
we did
question. Towards the later seasons when he was manipulating storylines as a producer. Yes.
Yeah, and especially when he ended that reunion, that was fucked up.
Oh, yeah,
that was fucked up.
I would like to put forth that was, besides the lemon squeeze, him abruptly ending that Zoom reunion was one of the most iconic things that happened.
It was like when Nene walked off. It was like when Nene walked off the reunion, child.
And all of the conversation following that.
That's all we remember from that reunion.
That was the Justice League. People were coming on our show talking to us. And I'm talking cast members, not fans. Cast members were talking about it. We were getting tea and getting clarity through the Justice.
But you know what pissed me off the most? Like what really took me was, y'all know how I feel about like being unbiased. I think that's really important. Like for anybody to give commentary on other people, for anybody to be opinionated whatsoever, you gotta be unbiased as much as possible. I know it's kind of difficult sometimes because we are only human, but I take pride in being unbiased. So when someone sits around here and they say, well, I felt like y'all were being biased, let me tell y'all something.
Really?
Markel can even attest to this shit. No matter the closeness that any of us have had with producers, executive producers or creators of these shows, I feel like everyone across the board has pretty much been honest and has been, even though we love Markel, right? People love Markel, hello God. We've told the truth. We've told the truth. The same way in which we've told you the truth.
And I think that we all owe an apology to Antonio Childbearing Hips, Antonio from season 2, who told us about Reese way back in season 2. She laid Reese. Y'all remember when
was that the same live where they was doing a mannequin challenge, acting like the cameras was stuck?
Childbearing Hips.
Was that the same one?
Antonio.
We saw the fans swirling in the background. They was like this.
He was laid Reese out and said, y'all don't understand. He was spot on about Reese and his function. Listen, I don't have revisionist history. And the Capricorn in me, I don't go back and I don't be like, oh, I'm not the kumbaya bitch. If it's here, we're here to the dirt. I don't give a shit. That's how we are. Baby, there's no in between. I read people, y'all know, and the Justice League know I'm usually the first one. I'm either gonna like you or don't like you from the beginning. And everybody up here could tell you that. I usually be like, I don't like that bitch. From the very beginning. And there's some people
And
we're
then
not
3
gonna
weeks
mention.
later, something gonna happen, and he gonna be like, "That's exactly why
That's
I
exactly
told
why
y'all
I
I don't
told y'all.
fuck with that
Listen,
bitch."
and they can tell y'all. I say it all the time. I be like, I don't like that bitch. It's something wrong, and it never fails. A few months later, and everybody be like, "Damn, that bitch ain't shit." I'll be like, "I told you, horse."
But you know what
It back
though?
when.
But to that point too though, and just to strengthen the conversation by being unbiased, in that same breath, when we would conduct those interviews, you would still be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
You would still, actually, a lot of times you'd be surprised afterwards. You might actually start to like that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people used to feel the same way about you as well. But then we'll be like, damn, he actually kind of cool. You know what I mean? So it's like we know how to. We know people are human beings and we want to be invited, but we'll never be disrespectful unless you're disrespectful first.
And we spare you. I don't understand why you feel like we biased. I mean, yeah, we had our comments about it, but we didn't read that praise dance outfit that you wore to the reunion like we could have. We let you make it. I mean, no, we said things about it.
Wait a
We said
minute.
things about it, but
I'm
our
about to
whole
say
review,
yes, we
our
did. We
whole
read,
review
yes, we
wasn't about
did.
it though. That's what I'm saying. We all said something about it, but our whole review wasn't just trashing that.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we said it, and then we moved on. But we spared you because we could have made all 45 minutes of the time that we was up there talking about.
I mean, on my intro for my channel, there is a portion that talks about the looks at some of the reviews for season. What was that, 4 or 5 of Jason Atlanta? That's where Jesus Christ Superstar comes from, because Rico with a K looked like he was a stunt double for Jesus Christ Superstar or one of the Three Kings when he was on that reunion.
That white,
and
Girl,
that's why
she
I
kept
say
burying
Jesus Christ
that
Superstar.
white and gold took me. And then when he started to cry, I said, "Girl, you look like a praise dancer that just got caught up in the spirit."
But
and
you know
everybody
what? Let me tell y'all something, honey. In the words of Aretha Franklin, honey, beautiful gowns, but I mean this in the best way possible. The two looks that took it for me across the board, like, honey, that motherfucking dress that Ariel had on, bitch, a horse of a different color. That shit was so cute, honey. And motherfucking T.S. Kendra in that blue gown. And then down to that reunion. Like, those were like the moments for
But
me.
Ariel takes the cake. That dress was fucking.
The one that took up half the couch.
That dress, okay, half the venue, bitch. It took up half the whole bill. It was beautiful, and I think she did.
And I think she made that. I think she made that.
Yeah,
Didn't
she made it.
that
Yeah,
dress.
she made it.
That was a beautiful gown. It was
so. I immediately thought of the Wizard of Oz, the whole stuff a different color, because every time it hit a certain light, it would change colors.
It was iridescent.
Oh, it was just so beautiful. I was like, yes, girl, do that.
Yep.
Do that. That was really good.
But like Markel said in the chat, Markel said we used to let him have it, and did.
We did.
Girl,
we did.
Absolutely
If
did.
you deserved it, you got it.
Absolutely did. We
And
had
that's why we built
bar.
relationships, because y'all respected it. We was able to have relationships where we could hold y'all accountable for the shit y'all was doing. And y'all took it, explained it, or just took it and said, "Girl, it is what it is," and we moved.
And you know me, I was the way they used to call our production, like, you spelled that word wrong when you put that up there on the platform.
But let's tell the
truth. Did you
truth.
know that shit wasn't right? You know your hair was wrong. Do you see yourself? Here's the screenshot.
Or you know you was wrong for panning to Berlin's feet when you knew they looked like they did.
Right.
Oh, what?
You are wrong for that.
Oh, I don't remember that.
They pan. I think it was Oliver's little spinoff. Not little, but it was Oliver's spinoff. And they was by the pool, and they panned to Berlin's feet, and Mama,
girl, let me tell you something. Berlin, you better run, girl, because Dre Simber might mistake that for crack rocks, girl. You better run, bitch.
Oh, God.
Run, Berlin, girl. Get the bike. Because, girl, you better get the bike before Dre Simber gets it. Girl, I'm just saying, though. Bless her! Girl, you better run, bitch.
Oh, God.
Girl, I remember those ashy ass. I love me some Berlin, girl, and I love me some J Twan, honey. But girl, them feet were
Not Jet
suffering,
Wan.
honey.
Yeah.
Those feet
Not
were in
Jet
suffrage
Wan.
mode, girl. They were drier. Imagine Jesus walking around the earth, girl, barefooted child. This girl was really out here just footing it, literally, girl.
Yeah, it was like her whole life journey. She walked it.
I
The
tell
straight
you,
man says hello.
girl, you better get one of those egg things that they have in them infomercials at 3 in the morning and shave them motherfuckers off.
No, that's not gonna do it. What they said to Martin, you gotta go to work on Myra's feet. Where is the fucking chainsaw?
Markel, what are you talking about?
Work.
Don't do that, Markel. Markel, you know I was nice to these girls. Don't do that, Markel. Now you have a revisionist history.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Thank you,
What's up, boo?
Markel.
Hey
Thank you.
T, what's going on,
T,
boo?
what's
We
up,
almost got the whole
boo?
gang up here.
Hey y'all, my bad. I had to do this Love and Marriage Detroit live. I just got
Oh,
finished.
girl, they still have a show?
And the
Child,
girl, listen, and I didn't remember nothing that was going on. I had to wing it.
T,
That man
when I
still
tell
trying to
you,
live his best day
Oh
like
my
a
God!
single
Somebody said
man.
Berlin starts cars with her feet like a Flintstone.
oh, damn.
And
That,
you know what,
Never,
girl?
never do, ho.
Just like they say, honey, when you mind your business, there's always a white person watching you. Well, as you better be careful, girl, because
Well,
you
that
might
fictitious call that she had to that white man talking about that was her booster or her sponsor. Remember
her
that?
sugar daddy. Her
Her
sugar
sugar
daddy.
He
daddy,
wasn't
her
giving her no
booster,
more
her
sugar because I think
sponsor.
on that call he was like, "Girl, we can't keep doing this." I mean, let's see. Like,
Well,
he
now
was.
that we've established that Berlin has been walking on, the dust of coke, child, and we know that when that
Oh
happens,
Jesus!
I mean, well, didn't Chloe
Grace
just
Simber
admit she walked the
follows.
beat to this day?
Well, they can't live in the Stone Age, girl. There's too much rocks around.
Didn't Chloe just admit she worked the beat to this day?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I think and I think in the review for or the clip for the next episode, or either in this episode or the next episode, she gets a call in the scene. And she's like, "Hold on,
Oh, so that's what she's chasing. She's chasing the next John or
No,
I'm gonna
she's
try to find out what she's chasing. She's chasing
no.
t-shirts.
No. Well, yeah, but she's also said that she wants to get out of that life. She wants to stop doing it. They'll tell you
She
now,
been
damn.
no, but she said she been doing it for like 1,000 years.
So what? So
Man, you
what?
got to get up. You're not trying to get up out there.
Yes, she
Didn't she say
is.
she had warrants?
she's still taking the calls though." I don't.
Didn't she say she had
Well,
warrants?
listen, damn it. Listen, rent is still due, god damn it.
You better
She
believe
need
that.
to
I ain't mad with you,
she
Berlin.
need
Do
to
what you got to do,
she need
sis.
to sell some more t-shirts, damn it. She need to sell some more t-shirts.
And stop giving them the fuck away. I would have said, "Jen, I have this beautiful
Listen,
stuff for $10."
Markel, you in the chat. Can y'all get the fucking cameras to follow her down to the beat, to the stroll, to the whole stroll,
Now you
so
know
we can see what she's
Now
chasing?
you know good and damn well she is not on no whole stroll. She is
this
I was
is
going to say
off
she is
that
not on
door.
the troll.
You
She's
probably
on
we
want
are
to
not we are not
You know, it's that band
You know what? Because she would know how to fix her wig better. Her wig better if she was
we are
on the
not
stroll.
opposed.
Not too much on my
Hey,
not too
Bessie,
much on
what's
my new
good,
friend
bitch?
Chloe. Don't do that.
I was going to say
Not too
one
much
thing
on my
now,
new
not
friend
too
Chloe.
much.
Hey,
Not too
Scotty.
much.
Chloe. We love Chloe.
You and JoJo still percolating down to the wall, Sonny.
Come on, it's time
She
for the
sure is,
percolator.
yeah.
Ow, it's time for the percolator.
Hey,
Ow.
Scotty, y'all drunk yet?
You know Scotty drunk as hell. You know Scotty is drunk as hell.
Child, when Kat said Scotty was gonna be under somebody's bed drunk, I screamed.
Yeah, I
Now,
did
also
too.
said he wasn't going to get in the chat until 2 or 3. And what time did he get in the chat?
And Cat was dead on. Cat, you wasn't lying. You wasn't lying, Cat. You wasn't
The
lying.
show won't, but he
Because
won't
this
under
shows
the
some
bed.
good
Be
trade
clear.
down to the Houston. I'd have had some of them.
He won't under the bed. Be clear,
But
but
I have a
I ain't gonna
question
skull
though.
drag up here.
The last time Scott, when Scotty goes on vacation, it's purposeful. So what's going on in Houston,
That's
girl?
the interesting word to put forward, YB. That's an interesting way of
I'm
putting it.
trying,
It's JoJo's birthday. It's JoJo's birthday. He's in Houston for JoJo's birthday.
That don't mean he ain't underneath somebody's son.
He said, and drunk.
And drunk in all capital.
That don't mean he ain't down there drunk as hell underneath somebody's son. Okay.
Right. Period. Because I know that bitch.
Right.
Now listen, now listen. I can call Scotty a whore, but not too much.
I was
He's
gonna
a
say because
whore.
I live
That's
for
my
him
best
to no
friend. I can
child.
talk
Don't
about him like a dog if I feel like it.
Listen, this is the
Scotty,
Justice
I
League. We
tried.
go back.
Scotty, I tried. I tried, Scotty. I
The
tried.
Justice
gonna go
League.
tell
But
Bando.
Scotty, rightfully so. If you want to get out of
Right.
spread,
Go, bitch, get your back blown out, Scotty. Niggas ain't shit. Go ahead and get your back
one,
blown out.
Scotty. Get your
I was
one.
gonna
Niggas
call
ain't
Bando. I was
Baby,
gonna
Child,
call
make
please,
Bando.
it probably
organized
got
shit on the
blown.
ceilings.
It probably got blown before the plane landed. Why you bullshitting?
In the
Oh,
bathroom
damn.
down to the airport. I mean, down to
Mile High
the
Club.
airplane. In the
Oh
bathroom.
my.
Mile High
Okay,
Club, you right.
everybody,
Not that I'm
well,
mad at it, bitch. I'm hating
At
quiet as
all.
shit.
Oh,
We all
oh,
hating. Listen, Terrence, we are
oh.
all hating,
Listen,
bitch.
Right. Like,
I'm
listen,
be
not hating because I
quiet.
don't do those. I'm not hating because I'm the innocent one on this platform. I don't do them.
Girl, really be. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, ma'am. Notice how Scotty said he's not a whore today, but the night is still young. It's only 9 o'clock over there. Bitch, the night is still young.
Still young. The
It
night
sure
is
is.
still young.
Ain't it
Let me say,
Saturday?
I wish I had that level of
T,
maturity to keep my legs closed.
T, you missed it. We found, you know what we found? You know what we found out earlier, T?
What?
Baby, YB is now a verse been with the women's.
He said he a verse top and he's sleeping with the cooters now.
He's sleeping with the women's.
Women's, women's,
He
women's.
like women.
I'm not gay
Look
no
at the
more.
T
I
got
date
no
women.
camera. T
I mean,
got
what the hell is going on?
Good.
Like, what is
Terrence,
happening?
I said the same thing, girl. He right here topping the kids. Girl!
It's warm. It's warm. It's a wet, that guala, girl. That motherfucking guala.
No means no, and yes means no. Why be?
It's
Girl,
Listen,
you
like
done left us.
I was pleasantly surprised on like that level of
No, we don't want to hear no more. We don't want to hear no more. Listen, they already
listen,
said the Justice League ain't nothing but bottoms and real fishes and real
listen.
girls.
YB,
So, girl,
I don't,
we gonna have to kick you out the Justice League if
I
you
don't
over here
know if I
topping
Wait
the
a
kids.
minute,
told.
we
hold
all
on,
like
hold
dick
on,
around
hold on,
here.
hold on. Hold on, not to tell people's business, but El Teddy, bitch, you a verse too, motherfucker.
I'm verse. That's it, but I'm not, might not be versatile. And that's only because you have tops that roll up over here and they be like, I'm a top, and then you whip out and they be like, oh, well, let
No,
me
or
see
it
what
be
that
like, y'all
feel
remember
like.
on
And
Pose?
that,
Y'all remember on
me
Pose?
too.
Y'all remember on Pose? Where Pray Tell and Homeboy was getting it in? And he was like, my turn. Do
Yo,
it. I said, oh.
so your
Well,
turn.
listen.
Oh.
Number one, El Teddy need to be versed because what's the purpose of having all that dick if you ain't
don't
gonna
do
use
that,
it?
Terrence.
Two,
Terrence.
here's a visual,
No,
Jesus.
no.
I
two.
knew T was gonna say that.
I,
I
I
knew
mean,
you talking about
I'm just
I
saying.
forget.
I'm
No.
just saying. It is. I'm. I'm just saying.
I
No.
forget, bitch. And
I
two,
didn't
Stop
either.
showing
I
people
did
your
not
dick.
either. I did not either.
So
Oh
hold
my
on, you about
god,
We're
to
not
I
doing
send
this.
me
knew.
pictures with the
I knew T
family?
was gonna say that.
Girl,
I
stop.
knew
T,
T
I
was
can't
gonna
stand
say it.
you, bitch.
and
Ah.
two. YB, I don't think I told y'all this, but Christmas of 2022 or 2023, I did top.
Okay. Merry
Come
Christmas.
on,
What?
top.
Merry
You
Christmas.
need
I
that
did.
experience so you could teach a top what to do. Every now and again, you got to talk to remind a top. Bitch, I done did this before.
No, I
Let me
mean, I'm
tell
not
you
gonna
what
lie.
you
It
need to
Listen,
feels
do.
great, but you got to remember where home is.
I came back to my best friend house shower. I stayed in the shower for 30 minutes. I put on all that lady body wash and everything. I just felt so weird afterwards. I was like, oh my God. Like I was in the shower thinking. I was like, what made me do it? Like that's literally what I was doing. I was in the shower for a long time thinking about it.
Terrence,
Like
I'm
it
not
was just
doing
a
that
lot
shit,
for
Terrence.
me.
Now he was traumatized that he was
Well,
in the shower. Did you slide
Sliding
down the
down the
shower?
wall
Did
trying to
you slide
contemplate
Sliding
what
down
happened.
the
Over
down the
there
wall.
wall?
crying in the corner of the goddamn shower and shit. Let the water run down on your head while you cry.
Melody.
Rocking
But
back
I
and
ain't gonna
forth like
hold
Miss
YB. I mean,
Sophia.
don't get me wrong. It is an interesting feeling, but it's still like,
But girl, we need our womb plunged. Okay? That's
You know
yeah.
all.
what's
That's
crazy
all.
And
is
the crazy thing is, I went there thinking that was what was gonna happen. But when I got there and we got to that, it was a completely different thing. Like he was face down, ass up before I had
Oh,
the chance to do it. And I said, "Excuse me,
oh.
what's going
we've
on?"
been here
What's
before.
happening?
Girl, we've been here
What?
before.
What Auntie saying? How did
Girl.
you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here.
Right. How
Okay.
did we get here?
How did we
Abby, we
get
need your
here?
rendition of how did we get here. We've
Right.
been
We
waiting
got
for it
here
all
Cue
night,
because
Abby.
Abby's
we got
theme
here because
music.
she was already there, honey. She been there
I
before.
mean, listen, and then I ain't want to be no bitch about it, so I was just like,
Not face down, ass
"Fuck
up.
it."
That's the way we like to fuck.
Yeah,
No.
and I was just like, "Fuck it," and it didn't take much to slide in and none of that. So he a pro at it,
No,
and
because
I
what
was just
happens is
like,
you have a lot of them
Okay,
alleged tops, and when they pull their draws down, they dealing with 4 or 5 inches. Talk about their tops. and you roll up. Wait, what is this? And and they be like, "Ooh, I like what you got. Let me see what that." No, I didn't come here for that, bitch. I'm going home. Where's my key? Because I'm going home.
You know what's crazy? The first time I did it actually was years ago when I lived in Atlanta. Child, shout out to Kim.
YB. Well, no, we're not reliving this story, YB.
No.
We're not gonna let you live in your alleged top beats.
No, the way that I topped this dude, it was weird because it was kind of similar. It's like we're doing this thug trade, child, blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden, you're like, "Oh, do me now." And I'm like, "Girl, what are you talking about?"
Right, like
do me, baby. Do me, baby.
This thug ass nigga is already dushed out. That's crazy work. You're already dushed. You have prepared the table before me, girl. No God.
Right. You know what? You got a point, YB. Because when bitches toot their ass up, bitch, you don't already fleeted. Bitch, you don't already cleaned out.
Right.
So
this
you
is a scheme set up by Todd, girl. Like
over
seriously. Like you tricked me, bitch.
I don't even send dick pics no more because I don't want you to be over there cleaning yourself out.
Me either, El Teddy. I don't send dick pics no more.
Me either. I don't send no dick pics either.
Listen, I'm with Abby and Really Be. I don't even send dick pics no more because I don't want you to get tempted.
I mean, I don't send none either. But if you any of y'all like to send something to me, give you the real tea.
Yeah, we accept all of our DMs.
If you got something to look at, I'm down to see it.
Everybody on this panel has an Instagram, and our DMs are open for all dick pics.
Not everybody.
Whatever.
On this panel.
Really Be get dick pics in her phone on the daily.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
She do. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I do not.
Me, baby. Ow. Like you never done before.
I'm gonna pray for all y'all asses tomorrow. I'm gonna pray for all y'all.
Girl, pray for me because, honey, I found out one of the dudes I've been messing with. I didn't know he was recording me.
No.
Oh, no, that's the wrong answer.
Let me tell you, child, we were finishing up like a week ago.
And you ain't in jail because you ain't whoop his ass?
Girl, let me tell you something. Girl, I might have to bury him because he's like that. I might have to put the work on.
Oh, okay.
Girl, I might have to really fuck Dre Simber. I can flick that flea of life, child, out of existence.
When I tell you had me hollering,
Superman shit, bitch. Shit, I might have to snort a couple lines to lift that bitch out of here, girl. Please, I don't have time for that. So, but I had in the midst of it, and I'm just like, and I look at the phone, and I can see, you know how certain the phones nowadays, it doesn't when the video's playing in your gallery, it repeats itself when it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, he went to the bathroom. I was like, oh, bitch, you're recording bitches now? And then I looked through the phone. He had been recording me.
Oh, no, man. No, God. Listen, YB, you got to be hip to the game. When you first get in the house, where's your phone?
I had no idea.
I not playing them games.
I had no idea. I said, okay. All right. I deleted all that motherfucking shit.
I watch too much Twitter and too much porn to know these people like to do that.
Delete that too.
I watch too much Twitter and too much porn to know these girls love to record, and unbeknownst to the person that is being recorded, I can't play them games.
I think outside of the recording and the invasion of privacy,
right?
You're not gonna make no money off this content. Like you gonna make money, and I'm participating. I'm not getting no ends either. First of all, you did it without my permission, and I'm not getting paid while you getting paid.
Oh, girl,
well,
yeah.
all I will say.
Okay, hold, pause. Was the dick good?
Oh, that's what I was just about to say. Girl, because Josh put in the chat, YB, you gonna end up on Twitter. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I do happen to end up somewhere, girl, take notes. Sit back and take some notes, girl. Because, honey, the dog was feasting, bitch. Let me tell you
something.
I was putting on the show, bitch. Okay.
Oh, put on the show. Put on a clinic for these hoes. That's how you have to do sometimes. Baby, let me run this clinic
too innocent for this conversation.
I will say that.
Oh, girl, really?
If it does make it out the way to the gates, because you know a cunt like Dre Simber might try to dig up dirt, girl. If you do happen to find me, I bet that hoe sit back in her coast-infested apartment. Oh, my bad, her mystery van, bitch, that she lives in the back alley.
No. It is a cardboard.
If she does find anything, and you find that video, girl, she gonna be laying back with her Vaseline like DJ Academics, girl, and she gonna be beating her dick
Now
to it,
how did
girl.
DJ Academics catch a stray?
Period.
I already
How
said
we get
he
there?
lives in a cardboard box in the
I'm
park
not doing this
of a
with y'all
McDonald's.
today.
That's how he gets
Nope.
his Wi-Fi.
Nope. Y'all doing a whole lot. I've been good this whole life. I have not skull drug nobody this whole life.
Listen,
just shut
the
the fuck
Not
people
up.
this
is real
life.
Shut up.
messy and
Really, me?
like
I
Nick.
have
I
on
wonder if
previous life.
Nick in
This
here.
life, I've been good. I haven't drugged nobody this life.
I wonder if Nick in here because Nick was real messy in the chat last night talking about something he wanted to see me go in and let half on Reese G's big fat nasty ass. And I said,
Oh,
no. I said I could
listen,
do
do we
that on
need to
my
give you?
account.
Can you make Terrence big and make her small so Terrence could drag her for a good 5 minutes?
I don't
Because I'm
feel
here
like
for the
dragging
Terrence
her.
dragging.
I don't feel like dragging her. Like my whole thing is
You
just
sure?
I'm positive. I'm
Okay.
positive.
Because he did had said that we wanted to be the girl.
Because you got YB and Really B over here, all of the B's, they right here kumbayaing with bitches that's been dragging us for a lot of years.
Wait,
Bitches
whoa,
that don't
whoa,
see
whoa, whoa,
us.
whoa, whoa,
Hold on,
whoa,
what?
whoa. What are you
Y'all was
talking
riding that
about?
kumbayaing yesterday with the Reese G's who
Listen,
been
I'm not gonna
dragging us for
lie.
years.
That's
But
Girl,
why
you
I
were
put
we
did
in
say
the
that
watching?
you
chat
and Reese
really B
made a
was being nice.
reconciliation. You did
What
make a
are
That's
you
why I
reconciliation.
put in
talking
the chat
about?
really B was being nice. And Harviana, I
Mm-hmm.
won't because I was not gonna disrespect your platform. No. I just don't do it.
So, are we just gonna sideline the fact that I went in on a? Now, both people require different energy. So, when Reese was able to actually have a conversation with me, now did it kind of? I know Reese. We already discussed that. But like we know Reese Child, there's going to be certain points, there are certain accountabilities, and then we're going to ring around the rosy pocket full of bullshit. But you know, it is what it is. We were good. We're good in that space. But when Dre Shimber shifted his energy, girl, you can't tell. Girl, no. Mm-mm. I had to get these hoes together. I had to get them together. Period. I don't think throughout life I've always tried to be balanced in my understanding of people, and I know that there's always 2, 3, 4 sides to a story depending on how many fuckers are involved. But girl, you know I don't take it light on these hoes. When they deserve certain energy, they
Y'all
get.
was real kumbaya last night on
But
Harviana's channel, honey.
but I do got one question. I do got one question for her though. Like when she was talking about she do a lot of stuff in Dallas. What exactly does she do in Dallas
Oh,
that we don't know about? Because the only thing I've ever seen her do is sit around and get fat. So does anybody knows exactly what all that she does in Dallas? And she can say that with her titties and her chest, her hairy ass chest at that, beating her chest as if somebody give a flying fuck about what she got going on. Because like I said, I ain't seen her do shit to gain weight.
So can I ask this question because I think I need a refresher course, and because a lot of people may not be aware, what actually started everything between y'all? If you
Because
feel
that
like going
nasty
down that road.
bitch tried to get on TTB platform, call herself
yeah,
trying to get at me for
I
nothing.
remember
I
that.
don't
You
know
don't
what
remember
I've
that,
ever done to Reese.
Robbie?
I don't know what I ever said to Reese. I laid off for Reese when I was doing my review. So when he got up there trying to like,
It
oh,
was
I do all this
unprovoked,
and I
just
said,
out of
because he was talking about me
pride.
and El Teddy.
He
I
he
said all
drugged
this and
he
I said
drugged
all that,
T
and I look
and he
like I
drugged
stank.
me.
It's always that one channel.
And it's just like, girl, don't nobody know you. Like, what the hell is you talking about? I didn't even give you shit.
He's
I
still
didn't give you
no.
nothing for real.
That bitch is still mad because during season 2, when I did a thumbnail with that bitch with that ugly ass Harriet Tubman ass wig she had to fuck on, and I drugged that bitch because that bitch looked like a combination of Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, and motherfucking Rosa Parks at the same time. And I thought she was cute, and I put that shit as my thumbnail, and she been mad ever since then.
Oh shit.
And
Right,
she
right.
went on TTB and she tried to drag Terrence and me. And me and Terrence never really drugged that bitch like we should have. Just like I never drugged that bitch Dre Symbol like I should have. But both of them hoes I owe
No,
the
Dre
dragging.
Simber.
Exactly.
Both of them hoes I owe the
Dre
dragging.
Simber should be draped over a bridge for what he did.
Like,
in regards to
Yeah.
girl,
Girl,
y'all
she's
hoes better be
already built
glad.
like wet laundry.
Y'all hoes better be glad me and T have took it light on you bitches. We ain't
Right.
said a fuck thing. We have
Right.
not drugged you bitches
Right.
like you deserve to be drugged. Y'all really don't want us to come out our body and really send
Right.
you bitches to the ancestral planes. Because if we really came up on here, click the live, and drug you bitches like you're worth, y'all bitches would be going on to the ancestral plane.
And they would be facts. Not these lies y'all trying to spew to create some conversation and controversy. These would be facts. Because like I said earlier, bitch, we know. The things you don't think we know, as a group, we know.
Right, Adama. Talk about something. I look like hot dog water. Meanwhile, you look like a dirty ass ring around the tub, you fat hoe. The hell is you talking about?
Yeah, my phone about to die. I just wanted to say that publicly before people say, "Really, B dropped off." My phone about to die. So
You
if
do
I
have
get
a
to my
computer over there. I just want you to know you have a computer sitting
well,
in
maybe
your
there's a
home.
reason why I'm not on my computer, El Teddy.
Who are you talking to like that? Take the
I'm
bass out your
talking
voice.
to you.
Because you over there with bass in your voice.
Got it, and it's gonna stay there.
But
If
yeah,
I can get on my,
But I
if
will
I can
say
get on my
this.
computer,
This is
I
what
get
I
on my
have to put
motherfucking
up with.
computer, nigga.
But
You
yeah,
won't fight
Tracy,
me.
but I will say this. I ain't necessarily have a problem with you, but I will say this. You went way low down and dirty. And I hope when YB and his nephew see you, they fuck your ass up. That's my opinion. And don't come crying to me because I can't help you, friend. You should have been talking shit.
Okay, it says not trying to start mess, but did y'all do a panel or separately have the same issues with Q and Markel like you did with Reese?
Huh?
Q and my
But Q and Markel never came at us like that.
Yeah, they ain't never did nothing to
They
me.
never came at
But
us
here's the
like
thing,
that.
though, like exactly. So when we treated Reese the same way we treated Markel
Right.
and Q. We just had unbiased opinions. Reese has a lack of accountability.
Yeah.
Right.
Reese likes to explain shit away, and oh my god, it was never me, and I can work with anybody.
Right.
Always this Monica type of energy, like
Right.
you really this Southern Belle, when in reality,
Right. Because Q and Markel never said anything
and so
to
when
us
he came
sideways.
at us, we responded likewise because we grown as fuck. You're not gonna talk to us crazy.
And I know with me, y'all know, if y'all seen my reviews on these real reality TVs, y'all know how I give it up. I never gave it up to him like that. I ain't never went in and let have on Reese like talk about it. That's why I said, why is this bitch so sensitive?
First of all, when we do real reality shows, we go in on them hoes way 1,000 times worse than we could ever dream of going in on the web reality shows. Let's be clear.
And that's why I brought up Kenya. Kenya didn't respond to what everybody was saying. She responded to Portia and the bullshit she was talking about on her channel.
Yeah.
You don't. If we peasants, why are you down here with us? If that's how you feel, why are you down here with us? But you was all in your feelings, and that's why it went the way it went. Like, come on, like you just gotta be real about the situation. We were unbiased. We had honest opinions.
And let's be clear.
And when
The
we
one
gave
thing
our
we've
honest
always
opinion to
told
both Markel and Q, they were able to
What the
receive.
fuck is going on?
I don't know. And at one point, Reese was able to accept criticism and take it in and not feel like it was a personal attack. I don't know when he took the left turn, or what happened when he took that left turn to where he
because
feels
he
like
thought
anytime
that we all
says
became
anything,
best friends with
that's a
Markel. That's
constructive
the bad
criticism,
thing.
Which is
or
weird because
criticism
didn't we
against,
all
or
go live
however
one
he
time and
feels
just talk
about
about
it,
what was wrong
then
with
it
his
becomes a personal attack. And it's never been that.
ever.
And if we have a bias for somebody, we're honest enough to say, hey, just to let you know. Because when we did last season 16 of Drag Race, we were upfront from the start. Hey, this is a Hershey LaCour stand account. We don't give a fuck about what nobody talking about. That's our queen. That's who we think gonna win.
Period.
So if you got your feelings about it, then that's just you be all right.
And I want to make one thing clear. I became cool with Markel while Markel was still a cast member. He won't no damn producer when me and him became cool.
And
I was criticizing him, and he
to
came
add
under
to
the
that,
comment.
Fuck?
And Terrence, to add to that, we always said from the most of us said from the beginning, our problem was we always thought Reese should not be both an EP and a cast member. That was our contention with Reese.
Teddy, did we not ask him that? Like, do you think that you're creating some sort of tension because you're playing both roles? He told us
You're
no.
playing? That was always our thing.
No. And he used the same fucking excuse that he used in that last live with Harviana. He said, "I'll be in the confessionals telling the girls to read me." And he told us that years ago. He using recycled shit at this point.
Like, girl, you always said that. That was always our contention with Reese. You cannot be EP and a cast member, because where do you draw the line? How can we really believe that you're being honest in your edits, in who you spotlight, in how you make somebody look good and how you make somebody look bad? We've always said that. And that's always been our own contention with Reese.
You talk about us being biased, but that is biased as fuck. To have creative control, but still want to be in the mix. So if something don't go right, you can edit it out. On top of the fact that for you to say that we was kissing Markel's ass, I don't know if it was backstage, y'all, or if we did it live where people could see it, but we had a whole conversation simply about his show and how it was horrible and it could be fixed.
We sure did.
And he came on, took the constructive criticism, and we had a conversation on how his show could be better.
Like, we have not taken it easy on anybody.
I will say this though.
Matter of fact, if you remember, in my review of Chasing Dallas, I was the one who pointed out the whole situation with Trey Howard and his boyfriend, and how the hell did they have an LLC without Trey Howard knowing. And that's how Dre Simber got the whole situation to go look up the PPP loans. That came from my fucking review of the show.
And that's the thing too. Like,
don't do that.
When they bring up
now, we not going back there.
Shit like PPP loans, or like really digging into the girl's past and shit like that. That again goes to character, and it goes to like we want to watch a show. When you girls beef, let it just be like what that is. Now, if there's like messy receipts that are like unrelated to like real personal tea about people, okay, I get it. It makes for a funny, entertaining moment. But when you start like digging in people's past, you start like doxing them technically, or you trying to prove points like that, just lets me know once again you can't read for shit. You don't know how to hold your own in the arena of life when it comes to verbal slayage. And it gets too much, and that shit kills me. Yeah. And I think Reese obviously knows where my stance was when it came to a lot of the fake shit, i.e. when him and Markel openly admitted to the rehearsed situation with throwing of the chair during their time on Chasing Dallas, or when you're forcing someone into a confession, not forcing them, but you're like giving them lines or like telling them to go a certain direction. It takes away the authenticity of what's supposed to be reality.
Didn't we all drag about that chair throwing?
If you can't throw it, you just can't do it.
Who did Markel throw the chair at Reese, or did Reese throw the chair at Markel? I don't remember.
Markel threw the chair.
But I remember we all, on all of our separate reviews, drug about the whole throwing the chair situation. We all did.
Yeah, we did.
We were all very confused because it came out of left.
And Harviana, he does, Ondario does do the editing, but by him being the producer in Dallas, I think he gave him all the creative control. So even if he's doing the editing, they can edit what clips they send him. They can cut out what they want to cut out. They can cut out, and
he can only work with, had a hand in that editing and deciding what Markel, what Ondario edited.
Yeah, he can only work with what he's being sent. So if we send you chopped up clips, that's all you got to work with.
Because why do you think that every time we saw Antonio in season 2, we saw them childbearing hips like he had to have 4 kids every time we saw him? Because Reese said, bitch, take that out. I need to see them wide ass 52-inch hips that he got on his body every time we see him. That's why we
just too tight, baby. Your ass and dick gotta breathe. That's just the truth. God damn.
Especially that ass, girl, because the girls don't be wiping. Let that coochie breathe. Shake that ass with me.
Y'all so messy. Y'all so messy.
Yeah, the girls gotta get with it. I mean,
that was the conversation between Jet and Donnie. I ain't see it yet.
Tragic.
Johnny says he's the black Malcolm, the gay Malcolm X. If you need him, that's what he said.
Oh, so he Jesse Smollett.
That's what I said, friend.
I mean, I just want to have this question real quick. One of the for 13 years I've worked in the addiction field and behavioral health as well, right? So I'm trained to zero in on addict behavior. You can't tell me that what this man is exhibiting, and I don't even want to use alleged because I'm using a professional opinion based on something that I actually do in real life. See, some people don't know about real jobs, hello God. Some people, they pander, they hover in the ether of other people's situations, not getting paid for it at all, girl. Not at all. They wander around life with that same, little bill, blue backpack girl, trying to find some type of relevance so they can keep their
backpack.
Not a backpack.
Backpack.
The little bags of dust don't buy themselves. Hello God. So, but anyway, shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I got lost in the read of it all. What was
we were talking about Johnny.
Shout out to Flo Milli.
Oh yeah,
backpack.
You can tell, and it's just like, and I remember him actually saying this because I was hovering in the ether over there to TTB, and he said,
and people watch TTB.
In the moment, I'm not going to address the drug allegations, but if given an interview, I will then address it. So that lets me know that there's at the very least sprinkles of coke dust there to be.
No, that don't give coke. He gives either meth, shrooms, or crack. One of the three.
Shrooms don't slow you down. He hyped, so it's giving me crack.
So it's either crack or meth. Because the meth girls, the girls that like to get they back blown out for 9 and 10 hours at a time.
He gets disoriented. When he was going at it with Jet, a lot of times he was like, he couldn't find.
But that's how I seen them Tina girls do that. They get real disoriented and they like to get fucked for 8 hours at a time.
I'm not sure.
It's alleged. It's alleged.
So for me, it gives undiagnosed ADHD that's being self-medicated to try and correct.
It also allegedly gives that you had an IEP when you was in school. You was one of them girls who all 6 of your classes in high school was in the same room. Bitch, you was in the same room for all your classes in high school, had the same teacher.
It could be ADD. It could be because he did everything but a cartwheel at that fucking pink party. So it could be because he was really just energetic and all. And every time you see him, even in his confessionals, he can't be still. It's given.
Right. That's what I said in his confession. He'd be like,
yeah.
So we're gonna so mental disability with physical disability brought on by undiagnosed.
Wait, what physical disability does he?
Now he got a hook like Shamar.
He out here serving brah, bitch. I'm gonna get a grah, bitch. He's giving Shamar, girl. It's giving.
I'm weak.
Like he built like the letter S. This episode of Sesame Street is brought to you by the letter S. Is he giving that?
Hello, Justice League, superhero world, child. So, a lot has been happening. I want to take the time out to publicly apologize to you girls because I did not know the things that I now know. I had to be educated and get read down by the history book herself, YB Speaks, about the things that existed prior to me. But I've been enjoying y'all, and I think that y'all should keep this up. Even if y'all don't do it every episode, maybe every other episode, y'all gather the troops and rally the girls to do it. Because, like I told YB, I think that it is fading out. The web space is fading out. It's not as entertaining. The girls aren't talking about it as much as they once were. So, we do need panel shows like this.
We Harviana, well, welcome first of all, and thank you. We talk about it a lot. I think again with our schedules and the shows that we are already reviewing and the schedules we have in place, it's hard to settle on a day that 7 people can commit to. So I think that's been the only issue. We talk about it all the time because we do miss this. We miss y'all. Yeah. We miss hanging together as a unit.
We do.
We hear y'all, and we want to give y'all exactly what y'all want. it's just
Even
locking
today,
down
Scotty is over in Houston. Even like today, Scotty is over in Houston.
Yeah,
He's
we
the
all
only one
doing
missing.
something always.
Always got
I
something
work at
going on.
night, so my schedule is always the one that's fucked.
But what y'all been thinking about the season so far? Because I thought it been the Snooze Fest episodes 1 and 2. To me, quite honest, episode 3 is the best they've actually had thus far.
Oh wow.
You know, we have our review tomorrow, but yeah, just the tip. You know,
wait, episode 3 is the best episode. Oh dear God.
I think it's cute. I think it's off to a nice start. I'm still learning the girls. It's a lot of youth.
I don't remember none of the trans girls' names.
I can smell the youth through the screen. Because it's a lot of immaturity. And what we were introduced to when we first started watching Dallas, it was sophisticated girls. You know, these girls were they were working at banks, honey, and they had their businesses and they was doing Easter brunches on the lawn. You know, it was cute shit. But now it's just a whole lot of fighting, a whole lot of rah-rah. So I'm still gonna give these girls a chance because I give everybody a full season.
Don't forget George was working down to the funeral home too, and that was the first
and
time.
the funeral home, yeah. I mean,
it was what a crowning was until Chasing Down. I had never heard of a crowning until Chasing
Down.
Down.
A southern thing. But in the words of El Teddy, real girls were doing real things.
Real girls do real things.
And
real
now it's real love and hip hop. So
it's baddies to me.
But I like to give people a full season to develop, to see what's going on. But this shakeup is interesting to say the least. I will say that.
So, 2 things that has been going on in the chasing realm that I think that they felt like would elevate them, and I'm not seeing the elevation with Dallas, is they're going for more of a baddies casting for Dallas, and then bringing in binge-worthy for Atlanta. Do y'all think that that's going to be a positive move for chasing?
I don't even know who binge-worthy is.
But
you didn't know who he was, Abby?
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
That's the one who used to review Housewives.
Binge-worthy TV, I think it's called.
Yeah, binge-worthy TV.
I could be subscribed.
Wait, that's a person named binge-worthy? I have no idea.
Channel, yeah. But
I don't know.
as far as
cool with Scott. He cool with
Dallas,
Scotty and House of Aaron. Him and House of Aaron real close because they do the Bravo thing.
Okay.
I'll be right
Let
back.
me look up binge-worthy. Hold on.
But I don't know about Dallas.
TV?
Yeah.
I don't know about Dallas simply because I don't know if the shakeup is going to work. Because, and I'll use Brandy as an example. That's my girl. Brandy is running into a lot of hell these last.
The vocal post-it note.
This last decade or so, she's been running into a lot of trouble simply because we as the fans don't know who the fuck she is. Because she can't master what Beyonce has mastered. She can't rebrand herself and reinvent herself every time, and we just get it. We don't get it. We don't know who you are. It was an accident, and a bitch had it coming. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute now.
I can't find this binge-worthy person.
But I will say, in terms of Dallas, that's the same thing. We are introduced to something totally new. And with Black people, when you introduce something, we don't like change as Black people. So when you give us something new,
it has to be
don't like it. At first we don't like it, then we kind of adjust, and then we get used to it. So if they want this to work, these girls gonna have to stick around, or they're gonna have to stick to this formula for years, for seasons, so we can get used to it and expect that moving forward. Because again, it wasn't given that; it was given Dallas Housewives, honestly, and then it moved over to what it is now. So we have to get used to it, and like I said, let these girls kind of show and prove. But I need a lot of these girls not to come in swinging. Y'all don't have nothing to prove. Like, just let us get to know you, introduce yourself, and gradually build these relationships and become that girl if that's your goal. But to come in swinging for the girls, it's not.
So now you said it's a change. Do you think it's because it was a change in producers? Do you think that that's what it is?
No, because we 3 years into the change. What do you think?
Because when Markel switched over, we still had that aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
now
you're saying the recent change from this season.
It was this season that changed. This season, period. Every other season was along the same vein. But this just is giving something different. It's giving somebody said rookies. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was one of us or if it was somebody on your channel, Harviana, but it was. Somebody said it was giving rookies, and I can see that mainly because Glenn was on rookies, and everybody's kind of on the same age limit.
Well, I really think the thing about it is, I don't think that the producers wanted to be baddies, but I think the cast members see the success of Zeus Network and baddies, and that's what they want to emulate, because these bitches are low vibrational, low intelligence, the cellar dwellers, and the lowest form of the human genome and spectrum. And that's why these raggedy ass, retarded ass bitches. And as an etymologist myself, and a person who has phenomenal manipulation of language as a rhetorician myself, I can tell you the best word that I could use to describe some of these bitches is fucking retarded.
Oh, Jamar
And that's
said.
just it. That's all.
Jamar said, "There's no baddies formula, by the way.
My God.
Things just kind of panned out that way. We don't know what the cast is gonna do before we turn those cameras on, whether it was unintentional. So basically,
And I can agree with Jamar. Those bitches, they went with the baddies formula. It's not the production.
I'm
it's
not blaming it on production.
Well, I would say it's a little of both though, because if
didn't they give that energy in their audition tapes?
That part, and even when you are a showrunner, you're running a show. You take if you see your show going in a certain direction that's not what the brand is calling for, you step in and you redirect and center focus and like, no, we're not doing this. This is not what we do. This is not, that's my thought. Now I could be wrong, but
You're right. But that's all determined, Harviana, on what the goal is for the success of the show. If we want viewers, if we want those moments, if we want viral moments, yeah, I wasn't necessarily going for this, but if it happens, roll with it. Keep the cameras rolling. This is going to be a moment. This is going to be a highlight. You have to think in terms of production. I may not want this, but it's good for TV.
But I have to call out production, and this is Markel. This is why we say we never spare anybody. I said this about Markel last season. That whole situation with 7 Deep and fucking Jeff last season was a fucking debacle.
And it was never ending. It would never end. Every episode, it was more and more and more.
You filmed that, and then the episode where it happened, there was nothing. And then you saw the outcry from the reviewers, from the commenters, and everything. And then you went back and had him tape a confessional. We could tell that confessional you only had him do because of the outcry
of the public.
And you had to see that beforehand. We don't come to these shows for people doing racial epithets and racial. We don't come for this. That's why I asked that question earlier in this live. Why are we doing this? And the girls that you have on here, these girls aren't the smartest. Let's be clear. There's nobody on Chasing Dallas this year that is intellectually savvy like that. Not a single person. And and there wasn't a single person last year that intellectually was about that life like that. So what happens is if these girls come on here only to read each other, they're going to places whereas the show you don't want to go. And we didn't see that from this show in seasons 1 through 4. That we see in seasons 5 and 6, where you're going places that turns off the audience. The audience like, I ain't really coming.
It's too top. Yeah, it's too heavy.
And the country is in a different place as well. And we don't want to see that because that points us back. We go to reality television to take us away from the fuck shit that's going on in real life in the country. And if you're pointing us back to this stuff, that's not what we're here for.
Because it goes from being like TV shade and beef to like real beef, which we could still tolerate and digest. But then when it turns to like hatred and disgust for that person, you out of line.
Which kills the fuck out of me because I always circle back to like-minded journeys and experiences. So we want to sit here and always advocate unity in the community, but at the same time, no one has the depth or intellectual wherewithal to even carry on these discussions in a way that brings it to a full circle moment of some type of understanding. So like I said earlier, if you are going to talk about race, if you're going to talk about politics and things of current events and try to use them as reads or slay somebody with, I'm going to need you girls to be a little bit more educated on what the fuck it is you're talking about. Because like we talked about with 7 Deep, girl, your information is wrong for someone who dabbles in the industry or the culture of it all. You don't have all your information. And the same thing in this situation where people are, obviously showing their lack of, history,
intelligence.
intelligence when it comes to like where these people are from or what their experiences are like. If you could bring it full circle and have some type of understanding, like if this season was obviously the season isn't about that. I think certain situations have made it so clouded in that situation that people think, okay, this is the forefront, i.e., talking about the the Latin community and the Black community. If there was a way to like fuse that where there was some understanding, because let's just tell the truth, even in our own community, whether you're Black, brown, gay, or whatever, there's a lot of dysfunction. There's a lot of hateration. There's a lot of crab in a barrel mentality. So this is an opportunity, if done the right way, where you could actually bring the girls together and shared experiences and make it relatable. That way people could kind of be like, instead of disgusted by what they're seeing because there's a lack of, the ability to make it translate well on screen, if you were able to make it come together and make it full circle, I think people would have more of like, okay, I get this. I fuck with this. But when you have these major conversations that obviously rattle the very fabric of our existence, especially shit that's going on today, deportation, President Trump, all of this, racial foolishness going on, it just shows. And again, I said this in my other conversation. These conversations and topics are linked to personal belief systems. So when I see someone keep lashing and lashing and lashing at that situation, I'm like, okay, girl, well, obviously you feel some type of way. But we sit here and we want advocacy for our community. We sit here and we want change in law. We want change in legislation. We want to be observed for our contributions, our struggles, our everything. But how the fuck can we do that when we're sitting out here being totally disrespectful to another community that's experienced not all but similar situations in their lives? That's
Give me about 90 good seconds. I wanted to address a question in the chat from Mother of One. She said Sean said he was a teacher, so he left that work to do to work in a gas station. He never said he was a teacher. He said he worked with the school district. That may mean that he was a consultant. That could mean a whole lot of things. Now, the other girl, what was the trans girl name? I can't think of her name right now.
Kiki.
Kiki. Kiki said, "I am a teacher," and that's a totally different thing. And let's be clear, there are a lot of people who do consultant work or may work for other entities and may not hold a teacher certification, may not actually be in the classroom actually providing instruction. And let's be clear, if I'm just gonna call it what it is, from the way Sean moved on and the way he's moving now, it does not give that. And he even said he did not say he was in the classroom providing instruction. It seemed like he may have been a consultant or maybe somebody that would go in and provide professional development, but maybe not
that's
necessarily
exactly what he does, I believe.
right, and not necessarily in the classroom or it being employed by an actual independent school district or an ISD and have a certification down to the Texas Education Authority, which is the TEA, down to the great state of Texas. And you're talking to somebody who has certification in 3 different states. So I did want to clear that up there. Now he can come on and he can address that or whatever he wants to
I
address.
think he did work in education, not to what degree I don't know, but he does.
But that's the point that I'm making, Harviana. Working in education, a lot of people say they work in education, but like they said, are you gainfully employed? And it doesn't mean that everybody who's gainfully employed. It doesn't knock anybody who's not gainfully employed by a school district. But ma'am doesn't appear to have a job nowhere in America right now. That's just what I'm saying. And what happened to where you look like you're not holding gainful employment at a reputable institution right now in these yet to be United States of America, and you live in the great city of Dallas?
Well, let me just speak to that real quick. I'll play devil's advocate. When you're in those particular spaces, one of the things I was saying about Kiki And even Astro, she works at a daycare center, girl. And then as we talk about Sean, when these shows have people with those levels of careers, especially like if it's some real shit, like you're in the class or you are providing consulting work on that level, do you really want to start talking about that so much to the point where you know how some of these girls are?
Which is why Kiki did not. If you remember, Kiki didn't mention Kiki. You didn't even see Kiki a lot in that season, and she didn't even mention. She mentioned it, I think, like one time or two, and didn't mention it anymore because there's a certain level of There's got to be a certain level of displacement up that goes along with that.
But what
that
I was
goes to your
saying though
certification.
is that I believe that's probably what's happening now. So whether Sean is gainfully employed in that area or not, I think it would be wise not to speak about it publicly. So at the end of the day, we really don't know about that because that's something that he's not highlighting on the show.
And Ash for Dime just mentioned what I said. Listen, I work in education. This is what I do. I've done that for many before some of these kids was even born. Okay. And so that's why I could immediately speak to the fact that when you go over to Texas, certain certifications from certain states go a certain way. So that's why I say there are a lot of entities and organizations that will do consulting work, do professional development, do instructional development, but not actually be working in the classroom or not actually be certified within that respective state.
I believe what his role was, he explained it his first season. He was a consultant with like administration, like he would train the girls on updated formats for education planning. So he was working in that for like training other like administrators.
And I know that because I worked in Texas. I have certification in TEA, and I did and I worked for a school district where I worked and taught teachers for the school district how to do gifted and talented instruction, for school. So that's why I'm saying I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just speaking to the fact that that's probably why I know you're like, oh, where's the gainful employment? He's probably just not having those conversations because he doesn't want people to do like we did with Tedley, and we found out that, girl, you were lying, girl, about your life, and try to find out where you work because those girls need to protect that aspect of their lives because they know we see it all the time on television. If these teachers or these administrators or principals or anybody like do something out in the public, people can kind of drag you for it. And we've seen it on the YouTube streets too, where these girls will sit here and try their best to pick apart. So I don't really mind him just like if that's something, because think about it. In that realm, there's limitless opportunity when it comes to coin, especially when you're like independent contractor vibes. I can only imagine the money with his education and experience that he probably could get. So as of right now, if he ain't mentioning, I highly doubt he would just leave that completely. And when the gas station thing happened, I do know that there are people in the education realm that do take on other work here and there, or maybe like I remember I think he explained it once that the reason that he did is he was waiting on another opportunity. He was over the current opportunity that he had.
Right.
He was waiting on something else. So he just why let the coin stop? So I don't really mind the whole working at a gas station because, girl, bills got to get paid regardless. And maybe, I don't know. Based on what Sean was basically saying is that, girl, I'm not trying to dip too much into my savings, and I'm not trying to dip too much into this because Sean ain't never gave poor. I will say that.
Yes.
He never gave poor. He never gave insecure. Every time he popped up at DC's, girl, he might be the only one with a plate of food. Hello, God. So I'll give him that. I will. But I think the shows need to do a better job. Like if you're going to pick certain people with certain career levels and you know that they can't share that aspect of their life, just make sure that either they're bringing the funny, the entertainment, or they're bringing some other type of chase and highlight that more. Because I'm kind of, at this point, moving forward, I don't think that we're going to get, I know we're only in episode 3, but I don't really think, like Rachel, for instance, love you down, girl, but you haven't even shown us the same thing like Zesty showed us. He has an actual product in hand. You have the idea of a product. At this juncture, you should have already had all that figured out already before you got here. So will we have enough time amongst all of these people to see that chase develop? Because as of right now, we can tell the truth. A lot of I have no faith that any of these girls will be seen for the next season. I've been heavily disappointed with the lack of consistent cast that we're able to grow with. So, like Robert, we've talked about Roberta Dutchmaster and her dreams for far too long, girl. Like at this point, girl, nothing ever happened. We saw you putting together a piece of nail. We saw you visiting your fellow drag homegirls venues, bringing them their press-on nails, but we saw one venue, never saw it again. You're shopping for stools for a place that doesn't exist. You're shopping for property all the way out in the boondocks with mosquitoes big enough to carry you to their fucking nest and suck the life out of you by a person who really wasn't a realtor anyway or had the keys. So it's just like we don't get a chance to see these girls grow enough. And when you bring us this level of entry-level bullshit, I fear that it's for naught. And I also fear that were you just doing this because you wanted to bring something, hello God, to the table to give an excuse on why you're actually here. Those are the problems I have, because not once through here, and I might be wrong, but I'm just saying not once, because I really don't see someone who's been truly, fully successful with any product that they're selling. Music is a different situation, but I'm talking about actual products. So when I want to push Chloe, girl, you got graphics. Stop fighting with these hoes. Where's them scissor reels at, bitch, to put on them motherfucking ads, girl? Like, what are we doing to push your pocketbook so you ain't out here having to sell that mouth, girl, and for however much you got to be on the side, girl? You might get caught up in a sting, girl, and you're arrested, and now you're in somebody's prison. Like, you got to tell the truth. We got to try to maximize and monetize the opportunities that come when they come, girl. So, Miss Rachel, girl, you and your puffy ass cheeks, bitch, we appreciate the shade and everything. But what are we doing to push that money so we're not crying and laying up with niggas for 30 plus days having to evict them because they ain't shit? All they got is big old dicks to make us feel pleasure. But when we've come to our fucking senses, we realize these niggas ain't shit. So y'all put yourselves in these situations because when you get this opportunity, you're not executing it the right way. You're not trying to capitalize and monetize, but guess what? The platforms capitalize and monetize on your motherfucking ass, your likeness, your personality, and whatever value you may bring to the show.
And I think that kind of go hand in hand. I think that goes hand in hand with production, because kind of like what we were talking about in my live at the beginning before things went crazy. Well, it's like making sure that there's a layout with these cast members so that you can go and be seen by all these other people. If you know that there's no compensation for your time on the show, I can at least provide you with my resources and outlets so that whatever business, whatever chase you have can be seen by the people, and that you have some type of way to make revenue. That includes doing interviews, that includes promoting your products and things in the commercial slots, that includes all those things, utilizing your music throughout our platform, things like that. Since I'm not going to pay you, let me pay you in this way by setting you up for success. Now, what you do with it, that's completely up to you, but I'm going to at least set you up down the right road to be successful throughout your tenure on Chasing. And I agree with you saying, because I think every year, like this, it's 12 cast members and only 2 returns. So we're learning 10 different people. There's no clear distinction between A cast and B cast. We're just learning everybody. And I think that when you made the selection of an A cast and a B cast, those are the lives you should focus on. We knew Marlo Hampton was a friend of, but we knew Nene Leakes, Kenya Moore, Candy were the peach holders. There's no distinction there. And I think that when you make those type of decisions, you need to make sure that those things are thought out with your storyboard and your vision as well. Because Rio's a B cast member, but we learned about his whole personal life. So it's just like, okay, well, I see a B cast member, but then this is our first time seeing Lamont really in 3 episodes and getting to know anything about him, but he's a main cast member. So you got to make those type of transitions and decisions make sense, not only to reviewers, but also to your viewers.
Oh, girl, we learned a lot about Lamont and that little fake-ass haircut moment, honey. We learned a lot, honey. Mama gets down, honey. She lives for all the things of those things, bro.
And I didn't even understand why they made it. It's like Robert Ray brought on everybody who's new, when that wasn't the case. And now we're finding out it's actually Sean who sent out this application to all the girls.
Mm.
I think, you know, things are not just meshing. And it's like certain people, and this is my plight with the platform, I feel like they're pushing certain people to the forefront. And despite whatever the personal relationship or relationship is with Andario and all the peoples and Sean and their relationship, it doesn't matter. He is a major contributor to why a lot of those people are sitting in those seats. So let's make that make sense and tell the truth about it. Let's not make it as though this person who's not even on the show as we see it now, let's not make it because we like him and favor him more as though he's the reason that he rallied the troops and brought the girls. And what is up with all this family? All my sister, my cousin, oh, that's my daughter, my niece, my wife, my stepdaughter. Like, what's all with that shit? Like, these are different people.
Yeah, that is true. Jamar said something. He says A plus B cast really doesn't matter outside of the intro. Whoever films the most gets shown.
That makes no sense to select them then. And that shows organization.
And I'm going to be honest with you, and just because someone gets filmed more doesn't mean, and this is no shade, it's just real tea. Like, and I'm going to bring up an example. Jayla's situation. That was an event, that was not an event. If you're going to show her and give a person their own scene, you need to let that person know. You need to make sure that you're letting the girls know who you are and what you do. I don't want to come down to your fucking homegirl's house or whatever, girl, and y'all are sitting on a couch and nothing's happening, but you're supposed to have this is supposed to be a content creating event. Where's the content? And furthermore, if we're going to focus and film these cast members that have these alleged products and they provide these services, why aren't we pushing the cast to say, hey, just like I said earlier with Chloe, where's your reels at, your commercials at to highlight your business? Jayla can be this big content creator. I don't know of that person. So as you're entering their scene and you're going to give them all this time and they got all this filming, I need to see some representation of what this person is doing. Not once have I seen Jayla's on this platform or putting on the screen as you're entering their moment, and by putting their ads or by giving us an example, a visual representation of what this person does, so that way I can feel like, okay, this person deserved to have their self filmed. Because when I haven't done my review yet, but one of the things I'm definitely going to be talking about is the fact there was no value there. There was no value to Jayla, and Jayla provided no value to us. So that particular scene could have been over and done with, and you could have filmed somebody who was prepared to show something.
And just to speak to, because I see Jamar's comment as well in the chat, because he responded, yes, it does. How we know how much they submit for scenes ahead of time prior to filming. That's the thing. If you're selecting A and B cast members, then your priority would be your A cast members. That's where you need the bulk of your footage from. If somebody's a B cast member, they really shouldn't even have personal scenes, in my opinion. If you're a B cast member, you're only there to support the main cast. So why are we even submitting single scenes for somebody who is a B cast? I think that's why we
if the A cast members don't have as much going on as the B cast members, then you have to go with what.
But I think we're getting caught way up in the minutia of it all. Baby, we're not here to be production. That is not the job of reviewers, to be production. And a lot of the stuff that we're talking about right now is production work and things that happen behind scene. Our job is to respond to what we see on screen, and that's what we respond to. Now, some of that may be a product of bad production,
Yeah,
or
that's what I
things
was
that
gonna
did
say.
or
Like,
did
that's
not
what I'm
happen
saying.
in production. But I don't think it's our job to right the wrongs of production. That's just bad production. And what that means is when we drag or we say this shit is not good, then it probably we probably will say it in our reviews, that it stems from bad production. Because when we get into the weeds with A cast members and B cast members, we're really getting way into the weeds, and that's things that production is supposed to handle, not the reviewers.
But I think that as a reviewer, doing a thorough job is going to touch into both lanes. So what I'm saying is, the reason I'm even talking about A cast and B cast is because we got a total of 12 people that we can't even call the names of off the top of our head. And so there should have been a distinction of whose story are we honestly following so the viewers can follow up
And that
with.
goes to a production issue. I'm not disagreeing with you, Harviana. I'm saying that goes to a production issue. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's a production problem. There's no way that we should be trying to learn the names of 12 different people, and these people don't even really matter. There should be a good 6 and maybe 2 friends of, and leave it at that.
I just want to preface this, y'all. I'm going to probably give like maybe 10 more minutes, and I do have to get out of here. But
I know Trey coming over there. We know Trey coming over there, YB. You over there topping trade nowadays, too. We heard you earlier. Mm-hmm.
But honestly, the season so far is centered around this Jet Jeff and Donnie beef. And I think that I'm just wondering how long is that going to go on? Like how much can we stretch out of that story?
Well, now that it's been revealed onto thee, based on the last scene in the episode, Donnie has no real fucking dog in the fight. You're living in the world of delusion because of. I'm not even gonna go there with that boy no more. I'll save that for the other cunt. This boy, your anger is out of something that's delusional and created within your own delusion, but also on the back of the issues of someone else that you had. And it shows because the way that you keep trying to overdo the whole black power of it all, bitch. It shows you're hopping on a fence to create a problem, like Jeff said, to create a moment to have to be on the show. That is the only reason for your existence. That is the only reason that you are here, girl, is because of this so-called this imaginary beef that you've created with Jeff in order to get the gateway. You suck this boy's titties, girl, like mother's milk, bitch, sitting over here trying to give this boy his tens, just like another cunt we know. Trying to tear the girls down, but
Come on, mother's milk.
You're envious of them. You're jealous of them. You want what they have. You want their social circle. You want their work ethic. You want these things that you see this person have. In the way in which that I would, let me tell you something. If I was Donnie Moon, I would be like, girl, I don't care what kind of level crack I'm on. I'm never going to admit that on camera. Because what all that did was expose that, girl, you're nothing. In the way that you drug that whole thing out that had nothing to do with you. And Jeff is letting the boy know, I made that song before any motherfucking thing. And if you're a real musician, you know a lot of people write songs a month, sometimes years prior to actually doing something with it. And then when you openly admitted that it's really about a 7 Deep situation, and you trying to stand with your black and brown people, but let the girls know too, you only fuck Latinos. Girl, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So if this persists and this continues on, I might have to bow out gracefully. Because if we keep stepping on this obvious farce of a situation, I'm over it. Highlight another
this is the end of this was the end of their beef. And then
I hope so.
The next episode is supposed to be the beginning of a new situation.
I hope so. Hopefully the girls can breathe and we can move on to bigger and better things, as Little Kim would say, honey. Because some of these girls still making minimum wage. We're done, girl. Like, I want to see it. This is an opportunity. I really want to. That's why I'm giving it a chance. I really want to see things open up. I did hear that it was going to be a longer season than normal. So hopefully that means that we're going to, like a butterfly, girl, like the metamorphosis, bitch, hello, God. I want to see that, and I want to see these girls highlighted in the best way possible, because I'm doing my best over here, y'all. Y'all see I'm a changed bitch. I'm trying my best because I want to support and I want to love, but it has to make fucking sense. It has to make sense. And honestly, like, when you take key moments of a situation, and I hate to keep harping on this because I do got to get out of here, but it bothers me when we see what could be sprinkles of a profound moment to expound on. Those opportunities are not taken. Like when Rachel talked about is it Rachel? Yeah, her. Talked about this boy, her living homosexual child. I'm just like, we're just going to let that slide. That's a diamond in a rough moment to kind of expound on just a little bit more, you know? Or when we talk about like Kelly's situation, girl, like, we need a little bit more expanded, because you over here loving and kissing this man and you act like this is love after lockup, bitch.
I just want the record to reflect
that
I just want the record to reflect that I blame T and Kat for all of this. And Kat, I blame for all of this.
I just need there to be like expound on like Kelly situation. Yo, nigga.
I just want that to go on the record, YB, that the fault of all of this is T and Cash.
I just need that. I need some more explanation and to lean on. And you notice when she grabbed that boy's phone, she held
You're
on to
looking for some depth from Rachel. Rachel got a bust down that stayed over too long and knew he did, and that's it. That's all. And
No,
she gonna be over there, and Trey gonna be living with her for the next 2 years. Let's be clear.
Because from what I was told about the after show, I tried to tune in, but between Roberta Dutchmaster's giggling so fucking much. Actually, hold on a second. Let's take some time out. I want to this episode of the Justice League reuniting, girl. We are here and we're here to celebrate. We just want to give Roberta Dutchmaster a little brief moment in time. Just real.
Tell me. No. What? Talk about. Anyway. Okay, what you talking about now? Okay, but y'all see, I want to get dirty, but he want me to. No, that's coming up. Okay, bet. Okay. Okay, so let me ask you this. So, where did you sleep in the house? What floor? How many? I was the only one on the top floor. Everybody else was on the How many houses was it? It was 2 houses.
Okay, I thought I had a clip of him just giggling. I can't find it.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. No.
I had a clip of him just giggling in chipmunk voice, and it was it was going to be hilarious, but never mind. But anyway, I tried to have a moment and it failed, like other girls we know.
Oh shit. My daughter went today.
I just wanted to be known I had no parts in this, no parts in any of this.
And he just finished dragging the people for the last 45 minutes. Now he ain't got nothing to do with it.
But I'm just regaining my thought with Rachel, like locking into that a little bit more, like with the whole like the mindset, like as we saw with Ariel O'Hara, she did experience a lot of domestic violence, and I know that it's up to if these girls' prerogative to decide what they want to show. But if you're gonna lead us in, see, Ariel never told us or gave a hint that she was even in a relationship at the time, so there was no reason to have the conversation. But Rachel is low-key inviting us in. So I need these girls. A lot of people are going through things in life, and I know that people are going to say it's not the responsibility. But if you're going to touch on certain subject matters, I think it is your responsibility to handle them with a certain type of care, because there's someone watching this that might be going through the same thing. So meanwhile, you got Rachel sitting over here popping her shit in her confessionals, but in the scene you're talking about like, girl, this nigga's doing all these things. So what is it really? If we're gonna step in and lean into a storyline such as that, yes, it's her prerogative to decide if she wants to do it, but she already did it. Try to get her and coach her to expound a little bit on it, because I find it interesting that even still in 2025, people are still putting up a foolishness like that, but it's still relatable in nature.
It is.
You know, I just would like them to do better. Like when you walk me into something, like really take me there and find a creative way to like make it work. And we're not everything has to be about mess, because these shows are going to give you your mess. But what about those real in-depth moments that the everyday person does experience? Because all these girls be on here scared as fuck to talk about their real life, but they're not scared to hit the messy stuff all the time. Right. But then you want to pull us in just a little bit with the stuff. I want to know, that makes you human, girl. That's interesting to me. It may not be to everyone, but there's a multitude of people out here that would be like, okay, at least y'all got 99. What is it? And it's right under 100,000 girls. So y'all got
like 95,000. Mm-hmm.
9,000 people that might actually get something out of this. Even if it's just half of them motherfuckers, that's still a large portion of individuals. I just want to see those things handled with care. That's all I'm saying. Don't leave me hanging and out to dry, like some of these girls that need to be hung out to dry, because, girl, they've been doing too much.
Maybe.
But anyway, y'all, anything left to say in closing? Because I have to, you know,
make a run.
I have some other things to do, but trade will be later on tonight.
For trade.
It's crazy because I'm being a whore tonight, so I'm bottoming tonight.
Make sure it come out clean. Make sure that water come out clean, bitch.
Always and forever. Hello, God. Always and forever, girl. Always. Yeah, I'm topping and bottoming tonight. Hello.
Well, that's a fun time. It's a long time, but hey.
That part.
Honey, let me tell you something.
Is it 2 people or 1?
Oh, two people. I have my sub cunt that I wear out in the streets of life as a
We don't want to know. I promise you, we don't want to know. I
and then I
promise you,
have
we
my
don't want
I
to
do.
know.
Make a video about it, bitch, this weekend.
and then I have my thugged out top that be, coming through and showing me
God help us.
how
God
this
help
pussy should honey, hello God.
Jesus.
But I want to say this for me at the very least, and I'll let everybody say what they need to say in closing. I do appreciate everyone since day one, everyone who has, if you just found me, I appreciate you guys. I always try to lead, like I said last night, I try to lead with being genuine and being loving and caring, and most of all, understanding. Because I think we've all been there in life. But one thing about me, I said this in the beginning, I don't want no one ever in life to tell me how long to drag a hoe for filth. When you show me who you really are and you really try to hit below that belt and really touch on things, that lets me know who you are. And that's not just for that fucking dust bunny built bitch Dracember. That's for a lot of cunts in the past that have tried to come for me. And I hope that in the future a lot of girls take notes too. These girls have been laid out to pasture. Radio fucking silence. I have dragged whores for 8 years straight. Don't play with me. Corday, like I said before, honey, Corday and that dead ass eye still kept strays to this day, even though we've so-called made up. Okay? So I just want to let people know that I'm not coming for you unless you truly came for me like that. I lead with love. I appreciate the relationships and the connections and even the discord of it all amongst people across this realm that I've had the pleasure of interviewing, talking to, the friendships I've made, the collaborations I've made, whether it's with other YouTubers, other interviewers, other people's platforms like Harviana's and everybody else's. I appreciate those moments. But until you show me your motherfucking ass, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to lead with love and respect. So, hello, God. And I'm going to always show up the real way. Because you got a lot of fence hopping cunts out here who are one way this way and another way when it serves what their purpose is. Or
You also going to always show up with a 20 to 30-minute dialogue and not let the rest of us whores get a word in, bitch.
Sorry. Y'all know I gotta get it out. When it's in me,
We know you have 30-minute soliloquies, bitch.
30 minutes.
Bitch.
You got 30 minutes.
Baby, he was over on Harviana last night with an 84-minute diatribe and dialogue and did not even breathe. Bitch, how do you do it? Oh, that come from sucking dick so much. That's how you be able to hold your breath that long without breathing.
For you to leave Dracember just saying, okay, girl, okay. She had nothing left to give.
I hated that happened. It was so positive before until things just took a turn for the worse.
And I
You
definitely
know every second of that,
apologize.
but it's cute that you being politically correct on here, saying how you had that it happened when you was cackling to yourself. I know you was.
I calculate because why be read down, and it's a undisputed win, honey. Like it's not, usually be like, oh, he kind of won. It was just like 100%. You got tore up and to shreds. So I couldn't get to my mute button fast enough, unfortunately. So you might have heard a chuckle, but. But it was really good. And you when you say these opinions and have these strong opinions about people and their families, they have that ability to respond. And they can return serve on your ass, and you may not like the response, unfortunately. But I have been hearing about YB in my group chats all day.
Yeah, I've been getting some. I've definitely got some DMs, and I just want to publicly say this. I apologize because I remember a long time ago on Scotty's platform when he was celebrating like his 40 years. I forget he was celebrating something like
and you tore somebody to shreds.
His milestone, and that's when I just
you was out of pocket. I remember you was out of fucking pocket.
Was it what's his name?
It was Corday. It was Corday. And I just felt so bad afterwards because I don't like showing my natural ass on no one's platform like that. And especially when I know that we're in how the terms and conditions are for YouTube. You got your ads though, girl. I
did. I was I was waiting for that 24-hour mark. I'm like, okay, I'm good, bitch. But yeah.
So God bless that. And I so apologize because when I played I played those parts back because sometimes I got to do some self work, and girl, I was going to fuck in, and just like
You sounded from cunt to hood, nigga. It just went in and out, in and out. It was like it was two people arguing against one, but it was crazy. It's iconic though. The girls are living.
It was given. You smoke crack, don't you?
You
want his ass out.
But I do want to say before I jump down, I know you've been in the live. I just want to say it was a pleasure meeting all of the Justice League, as I am newer.
Likewise.
And I did catch your because YB reposted your video, Cat, so I was able to see what you give in the reviews, and I live and love. And of course, I'm familiar with Abby and T. L. Teddy, this is my first time meeting you, and they say you read the scalps off the girls, so that's interesting to see. So, it's really a pleasure.
I'm really not that bad. They be making me out to be the big boogeyman.
Oh,
I am
he's
the
a
nicest
liar.
one
Don't
on the
listen to
Justice
him.
League.
He's a bona fide liar.
But yeah, and of course I know Scotty and all the things. But yeah, I think that this should come back every now and then. Y'all are very insightful people, and y'all have an intellect that's not being depicted on the shows. So that's why people take a lot of things that are valid statements as a read.
True. True too. They can't stand it.
Yeah. But okay, I'm gonna let you close it out with your OG girls, honey.
Thank you for joining. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Have a good night.
Josh, you ain't have to tell the people that I cussed that boy.
All right, Harvey,
Don't let
have a
it
good
go.
one. Nice to meet you, my love.
Now,
We still there?
are we there?
I mean,
But she might have left and didn't realize.
That was epic, though. That was epic. I can't hold you.
Ooh, I felt so bad.
It didn't sound that way. It definitely didn't sound that way.
So you don't have to do that. Yeah, you ain't gotta do that, honey. You gotta do that.
Maybe you was out there dragging that man.
Listen, because he was talking crazy to me, and when I heard myself escalating and I couldn't pull it back in, I was like, "Oh no!"
And so it begins.
I'm gonna have to
That's
go
how
sit on
it is,
somebody's
though.
sofa.
People don't be realizing, oh shit. Like I remember moments throughout our time where we've had to either whether collectively or individually, like at some point, like, ooh girl, I know I gotta go, but I'm a chatty Cathy right now. El Teddy, do you remember when the beef actually started with King Kane over our comments about the Fagadelics or something like that? That little group that he had.
Yeah, he was mad because he was talking about the name. It was called the Fagadelics.
Girl, like we read for Phil. That girl was in her fucking feelings the whole time, girl. I was like, bitch, it is what it is. I remember so many things.
These girls really be trying it. And they be coming out their mouth with stuff and not knowing. Bitch, people have to consume this shit. And we was like, girl, did you hear yourself? Like, it was like the Fagadelics or something like that.
It
and
was
we
the Fagadelics. You wanted us to not drag that?
And girl, we drug her for everything. Girl, like, what was you thinking about?
The Fagadelics, girl.
And then that man called us his biggest haters. Me and El Teddy, we was his biggest haters, and he was. He did this whole.
We literally said nothing about him. We literally said nothing about him. Matter of fact, I interviewed King Kane at the beginning of that season.
Yikes.
It's crazy too because I can't speak to now because I don't know how, is it him or Oliver that's touching the girls in their sleep? I didn't watch that season, but I don't know. But like at the time, like King Kane definitely had something that made him worthy of web reality stardom, but he never really leaned into it the right way because of those situations.
Wait, so touching somebody in their sleep is leading into your web reality world? Like,
no. No.
Because I'm trying to figure this out. Like, what is happening? No. We touching people in that. Touch me in the morning. Shout out to the guy.
Oh, girl, you got touch.
Let me tell you the truth, though. There's this guy that I don't follow him. This nasty bitch pops up in my feed, and I stay having to remove him. You know that guy who walks around the city jacking off homeless people?
Yes.
Girl, like when that allegation came out about the girls out chasing Atlanta, I was like, so I wonder, like, is this one of the girls that just walking around here masturbating to homeless men, child? Y'all better be careful, girl. Prison awaits the girls. Then you got He getting on his motherfucking knees, taking dig from people unwillingly. Remember that?
Who haven't bathed for weeks at a time?
Oh.
Let me tell the truth. When that video was released about when Chef Messy was in that bathroom serving Soroka,
Astro,
honey, let me tell you, I was
that
like,
video
oh,
was
I was just coming into my top era. I was like, oh yeah, I need to hit you up, girl, because Mama was a suction cup, bitch. Mama was in that bathroom stall like her life depended on it, bitch. But she gave her life to Christ now.
We all saw it, Astro. We saw your meat, Astro. Come to the front table, Astro. Come to the front. We
But
saw
I
your
can't.
meat down that young man's throat.
I
Don't
can't.
try to act like that.
I can't trust the girl, even though the dick didn't have strawberry seeds. That mouth do.
Even though we didn't know if you had them same bumps on your dick that you had around your mouth. Around
Girl,
your
I
mouth.
can't.
We don't know if you had the same bumps on your dick that you had around your mouth. But
Girl,
we saw it going down his good throat.
Girl, when you gotta buy hemorrhoid cream for your lips, that's a problem. That is a real problem, girl. Let me hold on. Let me reel it in real quick before I get out of here. We're joking. I know we're touching and reading. Astro, God bless you. I know you're going through things in life. I'm not trying to make it harder for you, baby. I apologize, but it was good read, girl. Y'all be asking for it sometimes in situations.
I don't blame Astro.
Y'all
I
be.
said on my review, I blame Markel. Because Markel did not say to that woman, hey, beautiful. Hey, girl. Hey, doll baby. You see your mouth? Girl. I'm not gonna come back
Girl,
and
but you know,
Markel is
it's somebody.
shady.
It's somebody on this
Markel
season
is
in the
shady
test
because he
region
zoomed
that
in on that
Markel was
bitch.
supposed to say, girl, come see me in a few days. Go clean all that up. Girl,
there's
I don't want
somebody
you to
on
see up
this
like that.
season, and in their confessionals in the chest region, it's not very becoming of a lady.
Are you talking about Chloe?
I can't confirm or deny it.
Well, Chloe had that whole beat.
Not too much on my friend Chloe.
Chloe is the whole damn mess. Baby, listen, and you work the beat.
I love
like
her,
that,
but it was
you
just
work
like
the beat
a
like
5
that?
o'clock shadow on her chest. I love her though. I really do.
I will say this though, I live for a bit. I'm not. What Funky Donnie would be talking about, girl. Lift the girls up, tear the girls down, but lift them up too. I'm gonna go ahead and lift her up, just like them titties need to be lifted up. So we just gonna go ahead and tell the truth. I can always respect a bitch who sits like when Kelly invited Rachel. You could just see.
No, YB, you're not gonna try to get up there, because all of us gonna be wrapped up in your foolery. Talking about that woman's titties hanging below her belly button. Don't do that.
The views expressed by me, YB Speaks TV, does not, hello God, relate to other people on the panel here today.
Thank you.
Okay? These are my thoughts, my opinions, and my jokes alone. If they laugh, that means they also agree. So.
No, don't do that. Girl, don't do that.
That's a little fine print on the contracts, child. If they laugh, they agree. But no, I do live for the way that she was able to sit there and be like, girl, I'm not gonna be moved. And I think y'all were talking about this on, was it your panel?
She wasn't moved, but that wig was moved.
Panel,
She wasn't moved, but that wig was moved, YB. She wasn't moved, but that wig was.
Girl, that wig said, I'll be back. And I said, girl, it is back. All the way. Girl, shit. But I do live for a girl who will sit there amongst controversy. I think it was the chasing panel or y'all that were talking about, you can tell who won that fight between them based on the way that Chloe was chilling and the way that homegirl came and talking about, well, once we get physical, I don't ever want to become friends with the girl. So I'm like, yeah, girl, that's how you know you lost that fight. But why are the girls fighting? Like, stop fighting, girl. Y'all be too pretty for that, girl. Sit your ass down somewhere. Enjoy life. Get your trade to fight for you. He's sitting at home not doing shit, so might as well.
Well, if you're that girl, pay the girl's desk.
That's true too. And I would like more unity when it comes to the trans girls because like now we're seeing y'all in abundance. I would like to see y'all come together because there's already too much going on in the community damn way. So it would be nice, but not saying people can't have beef because it's gonna happen. We're human, no matter who you are. But I would just like to see a little bit more unity in that aspect.
Yeah.
But anyway, any last words y'all got?
Thank y'all for watching.
I have nothing to do with nothing. None of these
we will try to do this again.
Make sure you dish. Amen. All right.
I just want the record to reflect. I
Sleep
have
before
nothing
you
to do with
meet.
nothing that was said on none of this platform. I am innocent. L to the 27 official has nothing
You
to
the
do with
liar.
anything that was said from the start of this live until the end. Let the record reflect.
Not even the 45-minute rant you went on?
Oh,
How
I didn't have a
you get
45-minute rant.
here?
God of mercy.
Nobody's supposed to be here. That's it. We out. Click the button, baby.
All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate y'all coming up. It was good. We got to do this again soon. The people demanded, child, so we got to do something.
Mother said they fought before the show. I don't even know who you talk about fought, but somebody fought before the
I'm
show.
guessing she was talking about Thelma and
Yeah, they had I guess they had some kind of fight. But girl, no.
Was it a physical altercation?
YB, click the button. We can talk about this backstage.
Yeah, girl, because I got some tea.
Click the button.
I'm not ready to talk about it. I can't tell the tea, girl, because
we need the tea backstage, bitch.
Yeah, that's what they say, girl.
Friend.
I think it's public. You know, they say Roberta Dutchmaster not only had a relationship with Lamont, but he also might have fucked Chloe.
Ew.
Click the button. Cut the live off. Cut the live off. Cut it off.
Hey, Chloe hit me up just now and a minute ago talking about she doesn't mind doing interviews. So I'm going to ask that question.
She gave. I got the same message. So yes.
I'm definitely going to ask her if the allegations are true that you did sleep with Roberta Dutchmaster. What was that dick like? Because even though me and Robert are we're not in a healthy state.
I cannot fucking.
I cannot.
But I thought Robert Ray was a bottom, and like the trans girls like the top. You know what I'm saying? Them girls like the top.
Chloe gives me Pillow Princess.
Thank you. Can you hit the button? We can talk about this backstage.
Yo, we need to
I can go backstage.
You do it a lot. I need you to click the damn button.
Y'all be blessed and never stressed, where the health is truly well. Telling y'all not to be stressed, girl. I've been stressed a lot of hoes out tonight. Anyway, girl. Hey, it's better to be stressed with entertainment than stressed with things that are stuffed up your fucking nose and fucking with your bank chemistry. But
Bye, guys.
You guys, thank you so much for showing up and showing out. Shout out to Really Be TV and Terrence. Shout out to Scotty, who's on a faraway mission, girl. Hopefully getting dug out by a good big dick trade from Houston. Shout out to everybody who came. I love y'all. Harviana, thank you so much. And everybody in the chat for showing up and showing out, girl. Again, this has been another lovely live. Yeah. Be blessed and stressed when the health is truly well. Take care. Bye.